And that's how we're starting the stream. Welcome on into Dicefunctional, where a bunch of friends sit around, play some Dungeons and Dragons, dance to weird music, and have a general good time. We share the story with you, our wonderful audience. Hopefully DMCA doesn't take us down for that, but thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. We appreciate
intro. No big deal.
We'll put other music, just put like random music over. Anyway. If this is your first time, special warm welcome to you. Thank you for being here. We hope you enjoy your first taste of Fortune's Blade on, gosh, session 135. We've been doing a lot of these. You know what that means, though? Because we've been doing a lot of these, it means there's a whole lot of stuff. So if this is something you enjoy, the first thing that you should be doing is hitting that follow button over at twitch.tv/Dicefunctional, where we also play live every Saturday at just around 4 p.m. Eastern time. You know what else we do on Twitch? We also play video games. It's pretty darn cool. You know what else we do? We do other tabletop RPG stuff. Maybe some art stuff at some point. You never really know. So you want to follow over there. The other thing you're going to want to do is check out YouTube. That's right. We put all of this stuff on YouTube. So if you're saying, hey, Jace, you know what? I love this episode of Fortune's Blade doing their thing over on the Twitch. I want more. You know what? Easy. Go over to YouTube, type in Dicefunctional, subscribe over there, and you will have access to all of the previous adventures that Fortune's Blade has had. You know what else is over there? A whole bunch of other tabletop RPG content, including a bunch of special one-shots. We've also got some art content over there, got some video game content over there, and there's a whole lot of stuff that's on the horizon. So eyeballs, put them on over there. The other thing you're gonna say is, hey, you know what, sometimes I can't have a screen up, like if I'm watching something, if I'm babysitting somebody, or if I'm at work and I'm trying to, avoid all of my responsibilities. I got you handled there too. You don't even have to worry about it. All you have to do is go to your favorite podcasting platform, type in Dicefunctional, and there you go. You have all the previous adventures of Fortune's Blade, so you can listen to them while you're pretending to be a responsible adult. There you go. It couldn't possibly be easier than that. If you want more stuff from us, or if you're saying, hey, I want to know what you guys are doing next, go over to Twitter. Just search Dicefunctional with an underscore. That's us. We'll let you know when we're going live and when other things are posted over there on the YouTube. If you want just blanket information, not only about our D&D characters, but about the players themselves, search Dicefunctional over there on Google. We have an awesome website. One of these days, I'll memorize the link, and I'll be able to tell you that. But if you search it in Google, it's the easiest way to find it. We've got all that information there, as well as our schedule and upcoming stuff. That's a whole lot of housekeeping. But you're not really here for housekeeping, are you? No, you're not. That's okay. You're here for Dungeons and Dragons. That's what we're all here for, and we're going to get to that right about now. So with that, Connor, take it away!
So, where we last left our group of intrepid adventurers, they had just finished up meeting with the chieftain of part of the rebellion, specifically the Rutgast Defiance. They spoke with Madog, the chieftain for a group of them. Stop it. I see you two doing that. The party then decided to assist Madog and Diah, the doctor of his group, with some of the issues that they've been dealing with, specifically some poisonings that have been performed upon his men, some injuries, and a general state of completely being fucking exhausted with Diah, who has not been able to sleep for about 3 days, with him being the only doctor present. You guys assisted, healed up a bunch of the men, spent a bunch of spell slots, and in the process of doing so, you then had to deal with an encroaching force that was going to attack the town of Kinger. You managed to repel the forces, killing a great number of them, including the one in charge of them all, the Alpha, who appeared to be some kind of a dog man. But in the process, one of you fell. Deah, the warlock rogue, was surrounded and killed, only to be brought back to life by Madeline Broadback using a divine intervention, rolling a 1 of all fucking things, immediately bringing Deah back to life. But while that is said, and Deah has not suffered any consequences to being brought back to life, there was a scene that we did not have the opportunity to do as we were running low on time towards the end. And that would be Deah in the astral plane. Deah, you had fallen. And you feel yourself waking up in the same spot where you were before. You have been surrounded by numerous dogmen, all of whom were raising their mauls up and bringing them down upon you. And you wake up from where you were, laying down on the ground with the dogmen halted. They aren't moving. But they're all there, as they were before, bringing their weapons down upon you. You also see the numerous dead bodies that you all were responsible for at this point. Your comrades standing at certain points around here. Some casting spells, some swinging weapons, some reloading their gun. But all of them stationary.
Okay. Am I able to like figure out what happened? Like why it looks weird? Like why everyone's frozen and stuff?
You look back, you think back to what was happening before, and you realize that you probably died.
Okay. So she's gonna wriggle out away from the people with axes and stand up and kind of proceed to freak out. So she just kind of starts like muttering out loud to herself. She's just like, this isn't right. This isn't. I can't have died here. I'm not supposed to die here. I didn't even kill anything. I didn't even protect that guy. He died too. And she like points to the
yeah, to the orc who also did die, sadly.
I didn't even do that much. This isn't fair. And she kind of looks back up at her companions on the rock wall. And she's kind of stares at them for a while, and she's like, and she kind of like scrambles, she climbs on top of the rocks, she kind of goes over to where Maddie is frozen. And she's like, God damn it, I'm so sorry. I failed. I said I would protect you, and I didn't, and I'm so sorry. And you'll bring me back, though, right? Like, you're all. I know you're all tapped out, but if anyone can bring you back, I know you can. If you all still need me, I really, really hope you all still need me. I don't want to be here alone. Please don't leave me here alone. Please don't leave me behind. She's just kind of like begging a bit. She's like, I know you'll find a way. I know you will. Won't you? She just kind of starts like babbling a bit about like being a failure. But eventually she'll kind of like sink down and Knowing she's sort of probably in the astral plane, she's just kind of like pressing her hands into her eyes, and she's trying to like change the scene around her, so that she like appears on a beach on a pleasant day, a pleasant warm day, with a jungle coming up to the sand. You know, kind of a comfort spot.
So you begin to kind of allow your brain to wander off to beaches where you have gone to, places where you've been that were more reassuring locations, and you watch as the landscape around you kind of morphs and kind of like shifts downward and adjusts, and it eventually turns into that of a beach.
She just kind of lies down on the sand and starts dissociating. To put it lightly, I guess. She's just like desperately wants to believe that Maddie will bring her back, but she doesn't know how much time has passed, and she doesn't know like how time works here. So she's just like, well, it will or won't, I guess.
Okay. So, Deah, you find yourself waiting there for what feels like to you some time. But as you're doing so, you will hear noises coming from the jungle behind you.
She'll slowly sit up and like still kind of sitting because she's not really sure what to think of it, but she's she's rolling through the stages of grief so quickly. I sped it up for the benefit of performance. It's not true acceptance. She just it's more like just sadness. But she'll just kind of sit up and like look towards the noises.
Okay. Looking towards the fuck is it? Looking towards the actual opening to the jungle itself, you see that a man is beginning to make his way out. He looks to be. Get over there! Get out of here! He appears to be. Let's see. A human, pretty scrawny-looking man, tan skin, black hair, and blue eyes. Kind of a softer face. Feature-wise, kind of a diamond-shaped head. It looks like he has like some kind of a robe on of some sort. The clothing looks to be quite old. But he kind of wanders out of the actual jungle himself and looks at you.
I think Deah's technically seen him once before from when Rudy did contact other planes on him.
Yes, you would have seen them before. That would be Thias.
Yeah, but she's still just kind of looking at him, and she's just like, "Can I help you?"
Can I help you?
Can I help you?
No, I'm wandering by, trying to figure out what you're doing here.
I died. That's what I'm doing here.
Oh, good on you.
Good. No. Fuck off.
It happens to everybody eventually. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
It shouldn't have happened to me, though. Not yet.
Says who?
Me, I say.
Denial. Not as strong as a weapon, like a dagger or a knife or a gun. But sure, you can use that.
Hey, what good is a dagger here? Do you want me to take out a dagger?
It doesn't do much here. Not with us. We're stuck. Until you're not. And judging by the people you're going around with, I've got a feeling you'll probably be out soon-ish.
It just kind of shrugs, and she's like, well, I hope so, but I wouldn't count on it. Wouldn't place bets here.
You can be pessimistic, or you can wait, or you can entertain yourself. Really, short is relative. It all depends on how quick they get to it. But it always seems longer here. So, you're dead. What are you going to do? Mope?
I mean, that was my current plan, yeah. That's why I came. That's why I made this.
Alright, that's fine and all. You can do whatever you want here.
Well, I don't have a lot to do. Other than wait, I guess.
Alright. Well, I'll be around it here at some point. If you need me, just think of me. I'll show up. But if you have questions, I can answer them. But unless you don't, then you can sit here and mope. I'll get going. And he'll start to turn and walk into the jungle.
I would stop him, but I don't think Deah has any real questions for him, because she wasn't... I guess she's not, like, super sure of who he is.
So, the interesting thing about this is that as far as you, Deah, are perceiving time, this will take a lot longer than the minutes it took them out of world. Not even. So, if you have a question, you literally think of him and you can be able to ask him questions.
I mean, she would ask him why he hasn't moved on. So I don't think that was ever, like, answered, like, explained to her.
It was not.
No. So she's just like, hold on. Why are you still here then?
I don't know. Not for sure, really. Maybe I was forgotten about. Paperwork that got missed in a shuffle.
That does seem like something a god would do.
Maybe I was just locked away. Left the rot. I don't know. But I'm here and I have been for I don't know how long.
Well, that's rough, buddy.
Yes. Yeah, it is. I'll leave.
And she'll let him go. She's not feeling charitable, so she's not gonna, like, offer him anything.
Okay. So, is there anything else that Deah wants to do while in the Astral Sea?
She knows that it's kind of like mind stuff and they're not gonna be real, but she does want to make her like 3 old companions, so like Takma and then Sam and Shani, and just kind of like see him again and give her Captain a hug. Even though it's not the real one, because she knows he's alive.
It's not the real one, but it looks just like you remember him. It looks exactly like Takman. It sounds exactly like Takman. It may not be him, but it is exactly as you remember him. Which in this place may be as close to real as you could get. You're not sure.
Yeah, I think that's all she really thinks of to do. She's just kind of sad.
Okay. And eventually, Deah will wake back up. The years you spent in the astral sea feels like a dream. It doesn't feel like you spent years in there, or at least it doesn't now. But then it did. And Deah is alive. We'll move on now to the cleanup after the fighting. The 3 orcs that fell in combat, their bodies were collected, and you see that a small kind of a stone teepee is set up for each one of them, and their bodies are piled in with logs and other flammable materials, and they are burnt after a brief funeral rite for them. As for the other bodies of the what you will now know are called Gyre, as the orcs will inform you all of whom they are and what they are used for. There's a kitty. Those bodies will be collected and disposed of.
What parts of them?
Well, they'll be moved away from Kinger before anything is done with the bodies. They'll be moved far away from the actual location itself to avoid bringing carrion pests to their village.
Gale had already scattered them into the woods.
I figured, but still.
Yeah.
But it is after the fight. What do you guys want to do?
Will it take to do the filtration thing?
The filtration thing?
Yeah, I made a filtration system.
It's more so just like a matter of like planning it out and getting it done. Like it'll take like a couple of days to get all the materials, but like you tell them what they need to do,
okay.
So you're fine.
Okay.
We should probably talk to the chieftain.
Yeah, probably.
And his fat ass.
His dump truck ass.
Dump truck of an ass that he has, canonically.
His fucking dump truck ass, Becca.
It's there.
It's
You
there.
just can't see it in the art.
It's there.
We know it's there.
He's thick
He's
with
so
4
thick.
C's.
4.
4.
Every time he swings his axe, his ass claps so loud, you think that there's a
Stop.
thunderstorm.
Where was this during the battle music?
Unfortunately, I couldn't make it happen.
Would have needed triple bass. Anyway.
Yeah. Every time it goes off, everybody's headphones just go.
That would have been a bitch.
It's
Would have
just
been a little bit
dubstep.
much.
That's the joke. It's just dubstep.
It's
Anyway.
just dubstep.
Anyways.
So.
No, we should probably talk to the chieftain.
Yeah, you guys can very easily get a hold of Madog. It's pretty straightforward. What would everybody be doing? Gale, I know you've been dealing with the bodies. Help. Sorry. And Deah and Maddie, well, one of you just died, and the other one just revived the other. But what would everybody else be doing?
Hey, wait, homie.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know who's leading the discussion, talking to the chieftain, so.
That's up to y'all, really.
I'd say last session I brought it up, but more than one person wants to be there because I had already planned on going.
I'm trying to decide if Rudy's gonna set up the mansion. I have the spell slot, so it's not that big of a deal.
It is kind of late evening, and a lot of people are injured.
Yeah.
I mean, Rudy looks like shit.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I am perfectly healthy.
Again, it might be best to wait until morning for the major conversations and plans.
What are you talking about? Look at that. You tell me that's not healthy.
That's rough.
I don't.
Okay.
I'll never know to sleep.
So yeah, do you want to talk to Mad Dog tonight or tomorrow night? Like tomorrow morning? It's up to y'all.
I'm gonna put it to y'all. I don't really care when we talk to him, but we need to talk to him.
My vote is for
Yeah.
tomorrow morning.
Best to wait until the next morning so everybody is present and he can check on all of his men that were injured.
Okay. So tomorrow morning, you guys could either set up your own the mansion or what have you if you so choose. But to be completely honest with you, they would be completely willing to set you up with like a hut or a yurt, something for you to sleep in.
You're
Set up the mansion in the yurt.
Yurt.
I actually need to be in the mansion.
Yeah, I will set up the mansion. She'll set up the mansion.
I-
Whoever wants to go in can go in.
list.
Rudy will probably be in the mansion, so.
That's fine.
Need to keep on that dimmy plane.
Ro's gonna sleep outside of the mansion just in case the doctor guy is like, I need someone who can put people back together with just their hands. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
find someone like that.
Rudy's also going to make the gentle suggestion that Deah and Maddie sleep in the mansion. And Rudy will also put because I know this. Rudy will also put a big fluffy chair in Deah's room. Because I know Maddie's probably gonna want to stay in there.
And a sex swing from the ceiling.
No.
No, that is
Stop
not
it.
no. Jace, get that expression off your face.
I'm saying nothing.
There's a mirror on the ceiling.
You're,
Look
s-
does it all.
you're
Really
saying
weird.
so much with just a look.
Jace,
I don't judge people. You do what
it's
you want to
Deah
do.
and Maddie.
It's-
You
I'm
leave
just
that
saying.
out.
People
It's
do
not
what they want to do.
judgment.
I'm not in
It's
charge of
so
anybody.
out of character.
Everyone hated that possibly.
I win.
Gale's out in the woods playing with dead bodies. He's got no idea what's going on.
What the fuck?
Everyone also hated that.
Actually, wait. This is important. Is Gale taking teeth?
No. Gale's literally like just ripping like limbs and just like hucking them into the woods.
Okay.
My God, that's
Oh, yeah.
dark as fuck.
That's fair, I guess.
Oh no, like again, with the sole purpose of if anybody tries in any sort of circle to come back through, they're gonna see literally strewn and ripped apart bodies of their dead
They're
comrades.
not gonna wanna fuck around here
No.
anymore. Like, what the fuck happened?
It's literally a
People
fuck
are
around
sick.
and find out moment. Like no.
Like you are throwing confetti at a parade.
Yep.
Except it's ears and fingers, except for paper.
Yep.
All right,
Exactly.
I'm just gonna.
We're just gonna go right past that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rudy will probably insist that the two of you sleep in the mansion at the very least.
I'll leave that decision up to Maddie, because Deah is just like really, she's just
Exhausted.
yeah,
Well,
she's not.
Of
in the
course
mood.
you're gonna sleep in the mansion.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
Get that 3 points of exhaustion life, yo.
God.
She's a
Yeah, Deah is also at 3 points of exhaustion,
Yeah.
which, allow me to remind you, 3 points of exhaustion is disadvantage on all ability checks, half speed, and I think,
combat
disadvantage on
attacks.
attacks and saving throws.
yeah.
Luckily, she'll get rid of the first one, hopefully tonight.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Disadvantage on all the things.
Yes. And she is an absolute baby when tired.
I will make sure.
Like a cranky baby, not a cute baby.
Rudy, knowing how it is to be post-death, will make sure her Deah's room is extra comfortable. Because Rudy does remember that, so.
So, you all will head off to bed. Have your own rests. Some more restful than others. Ro, I'm not sure what the current situation is with you and Opus right now, but I'm assuming that you have your own plans. That's fair.
I mean, nothing has changed. Ro still. Ro asked for a second blanket.
For Opus.
Yeah, for Opus, because Opus has their own bed in Ro's room. I have to do it.
Wrap up
come
the
on.
gun.
It could be nice.
Yeah, of course.
But
You burp him before you go to bed.
that's disrespectful. Treat my gun like an adult.
Deah, you will have a dream though.
Oh, okay.
And in this dream, you see yourself on the deck of a boat, staring out. You're looking from the back, staring out on the horizon, as off in the distance, what you recognize as a sea dragon rises up and out of the water and looks over at you, and then dives back down into the water away from you. And you, Deah, kind of turn back to look at where you are viewing from, and you see that this Deah has a big gaping hole in their head, and inside you see another appearance of Deah on a boat, where the same event plays out, and you can assume that that Deah also has a hole in their head, where the same event also plays out there.
That's pretty whack. Not gonna lie.
And that is the dream that you have, and it will go away, and you wake up in the morning. You have 2 points of exhaustion now. You are only slow and can't roll with disadvantage on ability checks, which is better.
Does this mean we've all long rested?
Yes, you have all taken a long rest.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
That doesn't change much, but okay.
I mean, to be honest, I'm gonna.
I have my
be
lay on
honest,
hands back.
Which is probably Rudy should have passed out during that last fight. I'm gonna say that right now. Because I did things wrong. But now I know for the future.
Yeah. Though you would have gotten the spell off, so
I would have, and then she would
Wouldn't
have promptly passed out.
yeah. Wouldn't have changed anything. I would have been able to
She still would have done it, so it's fine.
make sure you wouldn't die.
Yep.
So, it's 9 o'clock. You guys all wake up and would go about doing your own various things. Mad Dog will allow you all to do like your own things for a little bit, but eventually he'll probably kind of like call you over, like, let's talk. But like, if there's stuff you guys need to do in the morning, you can do it. If you need to talk amongst yourselves, you can do that.
trying to decide if this is a bad time to do what I planned.
If it's drawing from the deck, probably wait until...
No. I still have to roll wisdom saves for that. Connor hasn't told me to roll a wisdom save.
I mean, not right now.
No. I'm gonna wait until she's healed one more day, so that way...
I will say, Deah's not doing much. She seems quieter than usual, and she's had like I wouldn't want to call it a nervous tick, but like a habit, I guess, of like rubbing her like right hand, and you notice she's doing that like a lot more. Yeah, that's it.
You see the body parts that Gale has distributed come the next morning.
I mean, if you look close enough into the fields, yes, you can see various body parts that are in the fields. They're all a distance away, so like it's not going to bring carrion animals to the town. But like if you pay close enough attention, you could probably pick up on it.
We're fine. Alright.
I'll be right back.
Can I cook something?
Yeah, go ahead, dude.
Okay. I feel like Maddie would cook something for Deah as well, because I'm she's exhausted. Yay. That's a 30.
That is a 30. So it comes out amazingly. You succeeded in making a quiche that is extremely fluffy and is incredible for all of you to eat. Congratulations. Jesus
Yay.
Christ. Didn't realize expertise in cooking tools were going to have the highest rolls in the game.
Mm-hmm.
But,
The roles we deserve the most.
yeah, sure.
Okay.
Not the ones in combat.
No, who
No.
cares about those?
Our characters need good food to thrive, Connor.
Do you think Gale gets as tall as he is by eating garbage?
Actually, I'm pretty sure. Not literal garbage, but he eats a lot of weird things, so.
I eat whatever I want.
Yeah. And more with the Ring of the Goat.
True.
Forgot about that.
I haven't used it in a while.
Yeah.
Okay, then do you think Rose coat gets as like luxurious without good food? No, we need good food.
So, you guys get yourselves some food and get some food inside of yourselves. Rest up as best you can, and eventually Mad Dog will kind of call you all over. Get over here. I'm gonna need to have a talk with y'all.
Right.
Does he use a giant hook and pull us in that?
No, he doesn't. I know that's exactly what Joe was laughing at. I didn't react to it, but I know.
Alright.
So, I do appreciate all the help you gave us in regards to the fight we had recently. It was good of you to step in like that, and you certainly prevented too much more death from occurring. So what is it you want? And what is it we're going to be doing?
Well, I would look for a friend who could further help us with this, but I don't seem to see Sika this morning.
Your friend is around, trying to assist with the doctor as best she can, but for the most part, she's just been keeping to herself.
Well, to put it kind of bluntly, there's something that we need to get done, but we realize with what we're doing, there's an opportunity to make your country better.
All right.
I stepped on my foot.
How about this? You've been fighting whatever this corporation or whatever it is for a while now, right?
Yes, of course we have.
Well, they have something that's giving them an advantage. We're gonna take it from them.
Mm-hmm.
And to make it easier for us to take it from them, maybe you want to also deliver another blow to them while this is all happening.
So you're talking about some kind of a strike at the same time.
Aye.
Alright. So, I'm alright with that. The biggest thing you're going to have to realize is this has to go well or a lot of people are going to die. You realize this, correct?
I think it'll go pretty well.
Well,
Let's put it this way. The better it goes for you, great. But regardless, this will help guarantee all of your future efforts are successful.
well, I'll certainly think of some options on how we can do this. Do you have suggestions on what you'd like us to do, or what?
I'm good at making bombs.
No, I don't make explosives. Why?
Well, if we manage to set up a bunch of bombs to go off at the same time, it would give your people an advantage. As you go in for a strike.
That
Organized chaos for your side, complete chaos for them.
is true. The biggest thing in that situation is we need to be able to get the bombs into a spot where it will cause the most destruction in the best location. I don't really care for the idea of killing a bunch of civilians. They may not be good people necessarily, but I don't want to kill them. So, what I'd recommend is that instead we find a way to get them to a few guards' barracks or maybe on their tram system. Not tram, train system they have. Something like that.
How quickly could you organize some sort of protest?
The protest wouldn't do anything. We're not even allowed in the city. That's the problem.
Well, you can disrupt their infrastructure from the outside. These
Yes, of course.
trains you mentioned,
Yes.
there must be weak points somewhere that would take a long time to recover from.
Oh, bridges. Easily.
Those
Actually-
would be ideal targets, especially since you won't risk injuring civilians if there isn't anybody passing over at the time. Only a military presence around them.
That's not a bad idea. Would make for a pretty good preemptive strike. But we'd be on a time crunch after that, you realize. We put the bombs off on the bridges. You have a few days until they get noticed, and at that point they'll start wondering if something's going to happen. So if there's anything you need to do, you'd have to do it fast after those bombs get set off.
I'm hoping to do it near the same day.
I was personally thinking about around the same time. Just cause if their forces are heading towards the bridges, there's less forces heading towards where we're going.
You can prepare the spell sending, correct?
I always have I always have that prepared.
Then it does not matter where we are.
I have a better idea. The trains are good, but that's for a long-term starve them out option. There are canals that run through that city. So if we were to let off bombs over various canals, you change how they have to be able to move through the city, which changes how they can respond to things, which makes everything more difficult for them. Now, granted, they could very easily start setting up wooden bridges as temporary options, but that's not the same. And they can't put the same amount of numbers over a wooden bridge than they can a stone one. That might be a better option. And it's easier to get one of us down into a sewer than it is to get one of us onto a street.
Question, Connor.
Yes.
So there's no way how we know about water locks, but is there a change in geography such that, like, somewhere in or near the city, they would have to change elevation of the water?
No. Van Thane is actually pretty flat as cities go. They do have some controlled channels that run inward that allow for them to have canals and waterworks and what have you. But they are not necessarily on a higher elevation. Or if it is a higher elevation, it's a pretty insubstantial one over like a matter of a long distance.
Alright. Well, that could certainly work. Is there a way to access those sewers without having to enter the city?
Yes. It would be uncomfortable, but it's doable. Most of the stuff gets dumped out into the actual river itself, so go into one of the outlet pipes, I'd imagine. They're grated off, if I recall correctly, so that would be a bit difficult, but still, it's an option.
Grates will be no
Sorry
problem
about
for us.
Of course, the water is going to be pretty foul. So, if you want, one of us can deal with that.
If
You
we
tell us
can-
when you're going to go in, and it's as simple as that. We'll get someone to be over there and have the bomb set up by then.
If we
We'll
can
have to figure
find
out how to get the
you-
bombs ready, but
Our friend
See.
is very good at bombs, so they can probably help you out.
They also have a few bombs.
Mhm.
you also have what? You do?
Got 3 deactivated bombs.
Still.
Mhm.
Hey, wait, who has the bag of explosive runes? If that's
We
still
used
around?
those.
Oh
We
yeah,
used
you
those.
threw them all in one go.
I had those, and we used them.
No,
we used them for a good reason.
I may or may not have some bombs on me.
Yes.
Are they the bombs from the frog mines?
Yeah.
And we also have people capable of making acids to erode the bars, so they can get in.
So
Something like that
Slightly.
would be a good, quiet way of doing it.
I can get a message to you when we're ready, so that's not an issue.
Well, that's fine, but you have to bear in mind, you've got to give us enough time to get over there and get this done. And then you guys move in. Because if you move in before we're set up, it completely changes how all this is going to work out. We're still on a losing side. Even with the bombs, we're still on a losing side. I'll put it that way.
Mhm.
Unless they have you all distracting them as well, our chances are bad. What?
What? You're saying if we distract them, what at the end of the day would make this a winning thing for you?
if whatever you're talking about is a big enough priority for them, that you being up there means that they have to split off forces to come after you as well, and also deal with us, we could maybe, if not win, really cripple them. But that means that you guys have to get caught.
There's not a chance in the 9 house that they're not gonna hear us.
Yeah, no. We're loud.
So if that's the case, on your side, I'd recommend you try to move as quietly as possible for as long as possible. We'll get noisy down there. And eventually, when you get caught, you do something to catch our attention. Some kind of a big, flashy thing that will let us know that you are also caught. Because then you'd also get their attention.
Oh, don't worry. I plan on getting their attention. I'm good at that part.
And I'm
Already
capable
works.
of being very flashy, as is Madeline.
That will work. Aside from that, bless you. Any other ideas?
Well, this is where this is not something we can ever guarantee. Please know this. But it's something that has a potentiality of happening. Because of what we're doing in particular. What would happen if we took out the big chief?
The director?
Yeah. Just out of curiosity, if you've got any ideas.
You'd probably create a power vacuum. But not one that could be filled by us. One that would have to be filled by another chieftain. I am a chieftain, in the same sense that he is a chieftain. But, we don't have the same recognition that they've got. So most likely another gnome chieftain would likely be filling his place. The question becomes how quickly they manage to fill the slot. And who fills it. In which case, that's just politics, and I'm not terribly interested in politics. I'm interested in seeing a result. So,
If we complete our mission, we will weaken them considerably, I think.
if you weaken them considerably, that's fine. And a power vacuum wouldn't be a bad thing. It would give us a more opportunity to overtake them. But at the end of the day, it'd be nice, it'd be greatly appreciated, but I won't call it priority.
Oh no, it's only if we come across him while we're trying to do our thing.
Anything else we can discuss or need to discuss?
What's the time frame we're looking at?
So, I think we can manage to get someone over there in a matter of 2 to 3 days. We can't have them waiting too far out. Well, too close, I should say. As if they're too close and they get hit by a patrol, that's it. Distraction gone. So they have to stay a few days out. So, whenever you're ready, give us a heads up, and then in 2 to 3 days' time, we will reach back out and tell you that we're good to go.
Right.
So, Anything you need me to assist you with?
Not that I can think of.
One thing I can think of. The guard force that they tend to have. Are the higher-ups martial types, or are they casters?
It varies completely.
So we need to be prepared for both. Lower class, I'm assuming, are mostly...
Marshall.
Okay.
Those hounds that you saw and dealt with, the Geyer, they are intended to weaken the forces before anybody else comes running in. They soften people up. They are a experiment by a few of the alchemists and artificers in Vanthine. They are dogs, quite literally. They are a science experiment of a dog mixed with various other bits of a person.
Brother. Sorry.
No, it's okay. You kind of hit the nail on the head a little bit, except like I wanted the terrible idea of dog soldiers. They are they're a wall of meat to make things easier for everybody else.
We have one of those.
Where?
That's the difference. He's not disposable to you all. You have some value to him. There's no value to them. Not in their minds. They get tossed into fights and expected to die, and if they make it out, great, you've got someone a little bit better for the next one.
One last question.
Hmm.
The Dullahan.
Dillahan, yeah?
Are they processed in the capital?
Yes, absolutely.
And do they just bring in... We've been assuming they bring in the best... The ones that are rewarding. Are those only gnomes, or do they include...
It varies completely.
Alright.
Whoever proves themselves to be the most loyal and
It's not
most
too
loyal is probably the highest thing they look for. Strongest fighter is the second. But they also look for someone who's a bit more weaker with.
Okay, that's where our
Someone that's going to listen to what they say and not be swayed in another direction.
Mercy's just gonna quietly look at Gale and go, "Can you act submissive like that?"
I don't understand the question.
Just look at how he acted around Earlith.
Listen, hair voice of whoever the fuck you are, man. That's different.
What the god? Talking shit!
Talking mad shit. Come down here and fight me, scrub.
Like scrub for them rep.
Kick your ass.
Gale, can you at least pretend to not... You know,
How long do I have to do that for?
probably not long. I mean, it's gonna be Ro who's leading you around, if that helps.
Long enough to get into swinging range of the poor people.
They look
I can
for
get
yes sir.
behind that.
They
I
look
can
for
get
yes.
behind
They look for yes so no sirs.
that. Yes or no,
expected-
sir.
You're expected
Right.
to respond to questions with yes sir, no sir. You talk when you're spoken to, not
Hold
when any other circumstance happens.
Gale, those are
Hmm.
two separate answers.
I got it.
You're a smartass, so I have to check.
I got it. I got it. I can play long enough to take one of them by their scrawny little neck and, you know, use him as a really small hammer and smack his buddies around with it.
That's all we look for.
That's all we need.
All right, I think I can do that for long enough.
That's good. So, the other thing I'm going to warn you of, there's not going to be much in the way of time. If we're lucky, we'll manage to hold the front for probably about 6 hours. I think max. Past that point, and we're pushing our luck. Out of character. 6 hours is the amount of time you guys will have to complete this before I have to start rolling and things can start to change in one way or another. So you have 6 hours no matter what. And then past that point, it is decided entirely by the dice on what is happening next. So you may have enough time to find a closet and do a short rest or two, but you don't have a lot of time. Like, you're never going to be able to do a long rest. You don't have enough time to do that.
6 hours from when we say go, right? Basically,
Yep.
essentially.
Six
Okay.
when the bombs go off, 6 hours.
Yeah.
Because they only have enough forces to do that for so long until eventually people get hurt, people get wounded, people get worn out. At a certain point, if you push it too far, either their forces are going to fail or they're going to have to retreat, in which case you are officially on your own. And then everything gets a lot tougher.
Absorb spells. Okay. That's fine.
So for at least one of you, this may be a situation where Catnap will be a very helpful spell to have.
I'm on it. Don't worry. I'll take it. Take that one for the team. All right.
Dale, do you even know how spell slots work?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. I can cast spells. I'm just not good at it. I'm better at hitting things harder. All right. Got the plan. We got a couple days. Let's get ready.
So, I'm not sure if there's anything you guys want to do in character, or if you kind of want to start progressing a little bit more in a non-linear time way. Because honestly, this is one of those situations where we could very well keep going in character for the next couple of days, or we could just kind of play it by ear, and we can cut ahead to you guys trying to make your way in. It doesn't make much of a difference to me. Yes, Joe.
I will say, I've been trying to think if Ro would do this or not. At some point, since Ro knows that she and Gale are gonna be like head in front here, Ro's gonna pull Gale aside and be like, so hypothetically,
Right.
if I had a soul somewhere that I needed to put into a body while we were in there, would you mind if we did a quick detour to do that?
No.
Okay. Cool. Are we good?
Yeah.
It's Opus, you know, how
Oh,
guns
all right.
are. Yeah. Don't tell anyone.
You got it.
Cool.
They just need a good place to be, right?
Yeah. It's
Right.
fine. Yeah.
Just no way I'd want to be stalking a gun all the time.
I don't even have arms. That's good.
Exactly. I mean, plus, if you think about it, if you're the gun and you're doing all the shooting, either you're farting really hard or you're vomiting really hard every time that thing goes off. And I don't...
Never thought about that.
That was literally my first thought when you said that, and I'm thinking about it now, and it sounds like a terrible life.
This is
honestly.
disgusting.
But on brand.
So, I'm definitely with you on trying to get them a body, so that way that isn't their only thing that they're doing.
Yeah, we might have to like like really be nice and convince somebody in there to do it for us, because I'm not really sure how to put a soul into a... I never learned that. That was in a different book that I didn't take.
Oh, well, that's fair. That's fine. We can try to do that. I'm sure there's got to be at least a couple of decent people in there.
And if not, we do have violence. But
I'm good at that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I just want to let you know so you didn't like see me running off and being like, "Oh, that's suspicious."
Hey, just let me know what you need me to do to help. I can help.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Ro is very much doing like nervous, like, don't tell anyone.
We're helping somebody. Why would I tell anybody?
Exactly. Do not. Don't let Rudy know. I feel like Rudy would stop me, and I don't want to have to hurt her.
That's fine. I'm with you. I mean, Atula would probably agree with that too, although they don't really get a choice of what they're doing.
Fucking weapon club. Oh my god. Okay.
I
Sorry,
know.
completely forgot we're part of like a
I'm good.
exclusive club.
I literally just told me he's good. He likes violence too, so we get along pretty well.
Opus loves violence, I think. I've never really asked. Opus, do you really like violence? Or is it just like...
I have not thought of this.
You know what? That's a conversation for a different... We'll
It
figure out if you
is
like
a
violence.
means to an end in
Yeah.
many cases. I do not know.
Alright. Opus is unsure of violence, but I'm
That's
sure we'll
fine.
figure that out.
That's fine.
Good talk. Ro
Good talk.
will fuck off.
Gale will do whatever Gale was doing. Even I'm not sure what that is right now.
The enigma that is Gale.
That's great, Mr.
Absolute enigma. I can only tell you what Gale is doing if you ask me what he's doing. Otherwise, no idea.
Gale does what Gale wants.
So I know that at least somebody wanted to have a conversation amongst the marshals.
That's why my hand is raised.
Yep.
The marshals.
Mercy's just gonna kind of pull on Gale and go,
What?
well, don't get Deah, because I feel like if I try to go get her, Maddie will tell me no.
Alright. Where are we bringing her?
Away from the others. And you're coming too, so don't worry.
Alright. Good directions. Good talk. Gale pat her on the shoulder and walk off and literally walk into wherever Deah is. Literally just pick Deah up and just start walking away. I need to borrow her for a moment, Maddie. I'll bring her back.
No, come back! She needs to rest right now.
She's
They're
gonna
just
get plenty of
ragdolls.
rest. We're not doing anything drastic or anything. Don't worry about it.
Please don't.
I'll bring her right back. She won't be hurt. I promise.
Okay.
And Gil will go walking off into the woods. Like, we're going into the... We're even out of the town. Like, we're not anywhere close to anybody.
You just kidnapped Deah.
Yep.
Okay. What's Deah's take on this?
She just ragdolls at us.
That's right. We're gonna find a place with a little bit of a clearing, and we're gonna sit Deah on a stump.
You're gonna shoot me like a lame horse.
Why would I shoot you? That's Rose's job.
Is Ro gonna shoot me like a lame horse?
I don't know. I'm not in charge of what Rose's doing.
Oh god.
I don't see Ro anywhere, so I'm gonna assume not.
It's just like, okay.
I'm not in charge of that. Mercy just asked me to come and grab you, and then bring you somewhere. So this is where we're at. So we're gonna hang out here for a
Does Mercy
bit.
see Gale go off?
I hope so.
Gail's not exactly quiet about it. Gale just does it.
Okay, Mercy will be
Very not
following
quiet
not
about
too
it.
long after. So I see you've all gathered here under my instructions.
We have, very conveniently so.
Yeah, cool. I did this away from everyone else because, well, Maddie's gonna be way overprotective of you right now, Deah. And the other three don't understand martial damage. Anyways,
Good talk.
how to put this politely. And you're gonna see Mercy kind of do this and go, Deah. Oh, go ahead, Gail.
Do you need help?
Possibly, because I'm gonna say something kind of mean, but it's also gonna be mean towards myself afterwards. So let me say the mean thing.
You can say the main thing if you want to.
Cool, Deah. You're down on the ground more than you're standing in the last like 5 fights we've had.
They have burst into tears.
I'm sorry. You know what's mean if it makes you feel better? I was not coordinated in the last fight either, and that's kind of why I came up here. We need to talk about coordination as the front line.
Wow, you're all really good at this fighting thing, aren't you?
Yo, shut the fuck up!
This is really good water, by the way.
Gil, you could
Water.
take a little explosive to your face.
I also took 2 breaths of a dragon to my face and almost stood up after the whole thing. What's your point? I literally wasn't even bleeding after that last fight, and you looked like you were about to fall over with a stiff wind, and you had the bones of barely cooked noodles and the skin of crunchy leaves. So, here's what we're gonna go by. Here's what we need to discuss here.
I was born with a glass bone and a paper stand.
Yep. Here's what we need to discuss. Better game plan of doing this, because I'm not going to take responsibility for having to throw your dead corpse over the wall, so that way, Maddie can take care of it, and that goes for either of you.
Oh, Maddie wouldn't bring me back.
She would. It would just take a moment. You'd be fine. Don't worry about it. Here's the thing. Mercy, you have to stay close enough so that way you don't get completely surrounded. Deah, you have to stay close enough that way you can take the one-on-one fights and then stay far enough away so that way you don't get completely blasted. Because here's the thing. It isn't even so much about you specifically being up and safe. It's about you need to be alive, so that way if something happens to Maddie, you can get back to her.
It's
Right?
tearfully nodding. She's like, no, I'll do better. I'll do better.
I know you will. That's why I'm not worried about it. That's why we're having this discussion now, though. Because, well, let's face it. I think the term that's been thrown around a bunch is sketchy, but I don't know what it has to do with drawing. Basically, there's going to be a lot of bad situations that are going to be coming up.
I'll let you go when I want.
All right, that's fine. I don't need an explanation on it. Stay close. Because even if somebody's hitting with doing like what Rudy does with the fireball and whatnot, if we're close enough that way we can help each other out, we're not going to run into that situation. It kind of sucks, doesn't it, Deah?
She's just like,
Oh, shit,
I'm sorry, I'm such a liability.
You're not a liability.
Sometimes you're a liability, but
Yeah.
to be
Phil.
fair, to be
Guys
fair,
Phil,
to
I'm
be
gonna
fair,
be the one to get in
everyone's.
trouble with Maddie for this. Don't make me in more trouble.
I'm being honest. At a point, everybody here is a liability for something.
My entire existence is a liability right now to us.
Exactly. You're not as much of a liability as Mercy. When it comes to small spaces, I struggle. Honestly, in most public spaces, I'm there. We have to find weird ways to, get me into places. And then, I start unions. So there's no real way of getting in and out that, I'm particularly good at.
Strange addition.
Maddie's eyes are like a literal beacon. Rudy's got magic and stuff like that. And Haru's literally a fox. The least amount of liability here is Ro. When Ro has a gun and just decides to shoot people, I don't think that's much of a liability, but that's what everybody else says. So that's what we're gonna go with in this situation.
Hold on. Where is the liability? Because if people notice she doesn't age, we've got a problem.
That's a long way down.
How
the
is
road.
that not a problem? There are plenty of people that don't age.
Yeah, bro,
Not
doesn't age.
halflings.
See, I didn't know this, so I never would have thought it's a liability. You're just
Halflings only live.
You're out here making assumptions. We don't have time for this. We're having an
Halflings
actual
only live
genuine
150
discussion.
Gale,
What?
halflings only live 150 years. She will still outlive me no matter what.
Okay, then you won't have to worry about her not aging then, will you?
I mean, I'm gonna die probably pretty soon, but you know.
I
that's
mean,
neither here nor there.
we're all gonna die when we die. There's no particular way of figuring this one out, is there?
I'm not gonna say what I'm thinking.
Right,
I'll get
then
yelled
there you
at.
go.
Is crying a little less, but she just looks really confused now.
Alright. Back to the discussion at hand. Good criminy. Alright. So, game plan. When we get into these situations, Deah, don't do the tanking thing. Let me do that one, because I'm good at it. And I need you to take out a bunch of the other guys that are smacking me in the face. Stay on the perimeter. Or at least stay close enough that either Mercy or I can get to you and get you out of trouble.
Yeah, how's Gale supposed to yeet you away if you're not close enough?
I literally threw the chieftain over a fucking wall.
You did.
Did. Look, on a pirate ship, what you're doing works perfect. There wouldn't be a problem. But if there are more ways to come at you than just a couple of them, that's when it becomes a problem.
I didn't mean to get swarmed.
Okay, neither did I.
Neither
Well,
did Mercy. Neither did the
only-
chieftain. Neither did our unfortunate fallen comrades.
I need to point out, or Jace. Jace
Yeah.
also got swarmed.
I did
Everyone's
just
just
fine.
making
I don't
it.
know what you're talking about.
Wait a second, Gale, you
What?
got swarmed.
I did. Again, I still wasn't even bleeding at the end of that.
And brag about it.
I'm going to, because you had buckets flowing out to your fucking armor.
Yeah, but unlike you, I can pop away.
I can too. I had just already done it today to threaten a dude with a gun. That's different.
That's actually the second point we should.
No,
What?
that was a day ago.
Yeah, that was.
You could have done it.
Yeah.
I forgot about it. I thought it was the same day.
That is real.
I feel like that's
I
actually.
just would have told me about it. I wouldn't have been worried about it. We'd have figured that out. We'd have figured that out.
Whatever.
Behind it.
It's no big deal.
Again, wasn't bleeding. I was fine. Everything was fine.
That's actually probably the second point we should bring up is knowing when to retreat, and that applies to you too, Gale.
Oh, I was planning on it. Actually, my next move, what I was thinking, after I hit a bunch of them, was to grab you, and then get us back over the wall, so that way we could hold the wall, and then go back down and get Deah. That was the plan. Look, just because I can get surrounded and, you know, beat on for a while, doesn't mean I like it.
It was fine until there were 8 of them.
There were a lot of them. That was
Yeah.
a bad situation. So, as much as you feel bad about it, I guess the other point to make is that went tits up real quick.
Yeah, that's why we're having a team discussion, and this is not a targeted attack, or at least
Hey.
not meant to be. This
Hey.
is a team discussion. We all need to figure out better footing.
So,
I'm meant to be closer to Gale than I was,
alright. Game plan, stay closer.
but not close enough that they can line us up like bowling balls.
Well, don't line up. That's just stupid. Who'd do that?
We've done it a lot.
I know when they did it too, and it was pretty cool. I had a bunch
Yeah,
of
it
fun
was.
with the javelin. That was pretty cool.
It was really awesome.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
You
I
But
saw none of that.
you guys will hear, like, kind of from the nearby bushes, just the voice go, Because you're not thinking tactics?
Sega, what the fuck?
Sega? Sega?
Yes.
Sega is martial though.
There are plenty of tactics going on. What you got, Sega?
Where did you come from?
The village. Alright. The issue you guys had was you got swarmed, right?
That was their issue.
Gil,
It was
you
your
got-
issue too.
It wasn't an issue yet.
If
I was
one of
still
them
fine.
was able to pin you down, it would have been your issue.
How would one of them pin me down? I'm like twice their size.
Well, you do it. You stop people from moving by hitting them quickly.
I do.
What
That's
if they did
fine.
that to you?
I just hit them back even harder. Then they couldn't
Yeah.
move, and then I could move.
Gil, if they took out
Also,
your kid,
apparently, I could have just teleported away. That's what Stu was telling me. So, I was fine no matter what.
I wasn't going to say anything. I'm fine with you making your own mistakes.
I mean, it's fun that way.
I mean, to be fair, Gil, if they bit out the tendon in your foot, because I've done that to people with a sword, it'll fuck you up real fast. You can't move.
How are they going to get to the... There's so much further there.
So,
That's not weird.
like I was saying,
Alright.
the issue is that you need to not get surrounded like that. In the case of you, Deah, being stealthy is a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Or if not stealthy, putting walls near you. Those are good ideas. In the case of everybody else, just use choke points.
Quick question.
Yes.
Does Gale count as a wall?
No. Counts as an ally.
Depends on the situation, to be honest.
But what I mean is you all need to pay more attention to the environment around you, not just the enemies. You pay attention to just that, you're going to lose a fight. Because if you have an enemy that's smarter about using the environment than you are, you will lose.
I was fine until all of the... lots of other things started moving. My wolves moved, to be fair.
Deah, in the case of you, you're going to do better on one-on-one strikes. Stealth is going to be your best bet.
I was trying to do one-on-one, and then 4 more people came out of
Yes.
nowhere.
But,
How fucking
but if
rude
you were
of them.
hiding, it would have been a little bit easier.
Where was I going to hide there?
You have to figure that out.
Can't you literally duck out of people's way, like, really easily?
Me?
Yeah.
Sometime.
Out of character, you can bonus action disengage.
I can disengage if I make a weapon attack.
That is also something that
Swashbuckler
they
lets
can
me do it without needing to use a bonus action. But there was still nowhere else for me to go because I was trying to help the
The orc.
the orc
you're
guy,
good.
and I was trying to keep flanking them.
Yeah, you're good.
So, stealth is always going to be your best friend. Getting the hell away from them is going to be your next best friend. And if not that, something to break their line of sight on you.
Smoke bomb?
Yeah.
I think Ro can make those.
The other thing to keep in mind is how big a weapon they have. You use stabbing weapons, right?
Yeah.
Someone's trying to attack you in a small corridor, they can't take a big swing at you. So if you basically out of character, if you put your character into like a tighter spot, like if you say, "Hey, I'm gonna move Deah into this kitty, into this hallway
Into
that's
this
like
kitty.
really kind of like skinny and small, or like this restrained area," an enemy with like a big weapon is gonna have a hard time taking a swing at you. Mercy, in your case, you need to keep someone with you at all times. you work best with a partner.
My partner went long range.
Yep. Which is a bummer, because now your partner can work on their own and doesn't need you to be there with them. Which means you'd be better off working with Deah.
Yeah, that's probably true, yeah.
Gale, out of all of you, has the best ways of staying on their own, but Gale needs to keep the attention on him.
Which was why I picked the one who was getting attacked first, used the rock as cover, and then got hit by all of the sunlight, and then tried to use the sunlight and hold the sunlight, and then everything went tits up. So,
Yep. Basically, consider Gale your center point, and you guys move around Gale.
So Gale's like the sun.
no.
No. Everybody knows the sun revolves around Jenia.
No, it doesn't.
Everyone knows that. It's
I-
common knowledge.
That's not what Destians are taught. That's not how it
I
works.
wasn't gonna go that way, but
And Siga says it's completely deadpan.
Oh, I figured we're at the time period where it's an
can-
argument between the
I
two
can
sides.
literally hear my mom cringing at that statement. All right.
You can't tell if Siga's saying this seriously or not.
That's fine. All right.
She knows
Thank.
sarcasm.
I don't
But-
even know how to come back from that, but sure, let's go with
What
that.
you do is you use Gale as your center point, Mercy, and Deah. You keep moving around him constantly, as in every time you get the chance, you move away from other enemies and strike at ones that are going around Gale and make it tougher for them to hit back at you. What I'm suggesting is basically you keep up a circling pattern around Gale and just keep smacking at people that are attacking him.
I just have this image of Shaun of
Shaun
the
of the
Dead.
Dead. Yeah.
Oh, yeah! I'm glad you knew what my brain was.
Yeah, with God, with Queen playing in the background as everybody's just hitting them with pole cues. Yeah.
Yeah, no, long story short, we were all fucking up, and that's the point of this meeting.
Yes.
Because, to be quite frank, we shouldn't have people going down if our front line's done well.
I wouldn't say
That's
that.
also-
That's a bit presumptive.
It's also my job as a DM to kill you all.
It's a bit
my
presumptive to say
correction.
no, but nothing's ever gonna go wrong.
We
'cause
shouldn't be having as many people losing health in the front line.
Let's
Gil,
put
you
it-
don't count.
You
don't
count
count.
because I still get hit, and it hurts. Thank you very much.
Really? So this hurts, and she's just gonna punch Gil.
I mean, sure, it's just.
But it
it's
does
actually-
not.
I've got thicker skin. That's just the bit of it.
He's built different.
I'm built different.
That's the point I'm making.
Gale
I'm
crushes
saying-
an egg using his biceps.
That's the point I'm making.
Gale
I'm
crushes
saying,
an actual chicken using his biceps.
I'm saying us squishy people. Oh god, I can't
Right.
believe I just called myself squishy.
You are.
I'm really not.
Your bones are like hard noodles instead of soft noodles like
Deah,
this.
Gale,
I need to point out one unfortunate thing. Ro is more sturdy than Mercy is.
no, she's not. I have a higher health than Ro.
It's
You do?
Yes, I have 121, and Ro has, I think,
I rolled very badly on my last.
Never
108.
mind then, I take it back.
I'm close though.
I have a higher AC.
Don't you slow down, I'll catch up to you. Don't you roll bad. Watch out.
But yeah, I mean, out of character, like we can talk about this until the cows come home. But basically,
Yeah.
from a tactical standpoint, Jace is going to be your tank. He is going to be the guy that gets everybody's attention on him.
This was
Mercy. Sorry.
I meant to kite and stay
Yeah.
on the edges.
Yeah. Mercy and Deah, you guys will always do better kind of hanging around the edge and moving to where you need to go. And treating Gale as like the center point to the fight.
Gale's gonna start the mosh
know.
pit, and you guys are gonna be on the edge, jumping in and out.
Operation
is how-
Whirlpool. We just
Yeah.
Operation
Yeah.
Whirlpool. Yeah.
Operation
like-
Circle Pit, let's go.
But I will
No,
also say,
but-
in fairness to you guys, last fight was a very difficult one to move around in,
It went
just by
so
sheer
bad, so
numbers.
I will point another.
so fast.
Can I just point out really quick? Another reason is all the healers had no spells left. Basically, that also didn't help. You know.
Oh,
A
yeah,
little
no.
bit, but I took too many hits in one turn.
Yeah.
That was what
Yeah.
killed
That's
me.
again
Not
the
the
whole,
amount of, not the sheer amount of damage I took.
the whole point of this was
Um,
just we weren't doing good technique,
yeah.
which is why I brought it up.
And like I know I like as a rogue I need to be kind of skirting around, but the a little fairness to me, the battlefield setup has not allowed me to do that really well in a lot of the recent battles.
Gotta think outside the box.
Yeah.
You gotta climb.
Gotta think in 3 dimensions.
This is why I'm like,
Three
Rudy needs to
dimensions.
make you some Misty Steps.
I do have the mirror image scrolls, but I'm trying to save
I
those.
have no
for,
idea what's
like,
going on with my face
boss
right now. You guys.
battles.
I will-
And
I will also say one thing. Your next couple of fights are going to be in interiors. You do have another option in the case of interiors, and that's have Gale knock a wall down. There's your best way out of a situation, Deah.
You say that
Yeah.
like Gale wasn't planning on taking down like half the walls we
Yeah.
come across.
I'm not worried about inside. I'm fast. I can run.
No, that last fight.
Don't
was-
worry. I'm planning on taking down again half the fucking building. I wasn't kidding when I said they'd hear us. They're going
Fuck.
to.
Yeah, that last fight. Hopefully, we don't deal with an ambush like that again, because next time, I don't think it would just be just you, Deah. If they had gotten to the wall, they would have gotten to Maddie. Her eyes were glowing by that point, and Rudy was there doing a shit ton of damage. Those two would have been taken.
Mm-hmm.
That was the point of this. We, as a front line, needed to do better.
He starts crying again. It starts.
Please quit
It's alright.
crying. Maddie's gonna yell at me.
You'll be fine. I have a weird idea. Yeah, you still have that climbing kit, right?
D-
I bought everyone a climbing kit.
I imagine you do.
if
Check your inventory.
if you gave everyone it,
Aye.
yeah, I don't know that I. Did I put it in my inventory?
You probably didn't. Nobody did.
Oh, look,
It's
I-
D&D. You don't write things down you have in your inventory. You just remember them.
I have it, but I also have it like written out.
That's fair. So, you've got rope. Have you ever seen those climbing hooks that people use? They throw them over things and use them to climb up walls.
Sure. Yeah.
Do you think somebody's got one of those around? You can throw one of those up and climb up.
I mean, if not, just get Ro to make one out of some of the like armor scraps from
You could.
dead dogs.
You could. Throw that up there. You know, you'll go climbing up there. You can hit people with your Eldritch Blast.
I am not very good at climbing.
You could swing. Didn't you do that on the ship? Swinging from the ropes and whatnot.
A
That's
little
pirate
bit.
things.
Mostly-
Sorry, not pirate things.
No, we were pirate.
That's what I thought.
We can say that here.
Okay, good. So you could actually do pirate things.
Yeah,
Right.
Most of the pirate fighting was one-on-one or spinning around the battlefield. You know, it's keeping maneuverable.
Oh, sure, but you had to get up to the bird's nest up top, right?
birds.
A crow's nest. Yes.
It's a bird. What's the
It is
difference?
a bird. You're right.
Why
It's
does it have to be a
bird.
crow?
Because pirates are edgy. I don't know.
Right. So you go up to the pelican's nest up there at the top, and
That's
you got to climb up there, right? You couldn't have been that bad at it.
I wasn't doing that in the middle of battle.
What's the difference in doing it in the middle of battle versus doing it in general?
A lot of stress.
I still don't understand. What is the difference?
Deah, you
just
can't
do
use
it.
that around Gale. You know he doesn't understand normal human
That,
emotion.
that's just, you just do it.
I don't know if you've looked at me. I'm not
to-
very strong.
That it has nothing to do with strength. You just you do the things that you've always done, right?
It's an athletics check.
You
I don't think I can
no.
use acrobatics to climb.
I mean, if you do some fancy kick tricks.
So
Do a backflip.
out of character, there like if you do some like tricky flips and what have you, I would allow it. But the big thing is there is a class that's intended to use acrobatics for climbing instead of athletics. That's called the Thief. So if I allowed you to do that, I'd be stepping on that class's toes, and I make it completely worthless, and no one would want to take it.
I mean, to be fair, Deah, if we're near each other, I can give you a boost. Or you could just use me while I'm trying to hold off stuff.
Just throw me.
I don't want to throw you. I'm not a
Done.
Oh. Gale,
There you go.
What?
what happens if you miss?
I don't.
I do a backflip.
Really? Hold
and
on.
figure it out.
Let me see if I've got something I can have him throw here for point of sake argument. That I know I'm gonna lose. But I can't help myself. Here, take this mushroom.
Why would I throw a mushroom?
Throw it, and she's gonna point out a spot on a tree. Aim for it.
Why would I throw a mushroom at a tree?
Just for the sake of argument to make sure you... Never mind.
Alright, fine.
I was
I'll
gonna
throw a
prove that you
mushroom at a
could-
tree. Hold on.
I was gonna prove you couldn't hit where you want every time.
Alright, fine. I'm gonna throw a mushroom at a tree. This is the dumbest thing I've done. Well, let's see here.
Oh
So-
no! I feel like the tone of that one. Well,
Let's go with athletics. So that's a 13 plus 9 for a 22.
he managed to throws it. He managed to throw
I'm-
it pretty well.
Okay, fair enough.
Like I said, I just do this stuff. I'm just saying.
Regardless, Deah.
next
now
time,
on, I'll
You
have
stay
your back.
close, Deah, so I can throw you. Mercy, stay close, so Mercy can either throw you or catch you, one of the two. And
Pull
then
things off.
we'll dance in circles and kill a bunch of people. It sounds like a
Do
good
you know
plan.
how to dance?
I do. I'm actually very good at it.
I said Deah, Gale. I assumed you knew.
I couldn't tell who you said. You just asked, could you dance? And I was
couldn't
talking.
tell anything.
I will say one thing that you could do for helping Deah get away from situations.
Throw
Just
Deah.
get like a long paddle or like an oar or something like that. Have Deah stand on one end and just go, ha! And just pitch Deah.
Isn't that what a hammer is?
You can use the hammer.
Hey, I could.
No.
It's like the cross,
Here's
It's
how
like
we
a
get Deah
modified-
out
except
of-
with a human being. What was that?
Exactly.
Here's how we get Deah out of situations. She's over here. She's surrounded. She's fighting. It's awful. A really long stick with a hook on the end.
Off the stage.
That would actually make a really good magic item.
Actually, actually, I suddenly have a really
That's
good
the
idea.
magic
I
word.
actually, Mercy made me a shepherd's crook, so I actually have one.
God.
I
And you have
the
a chain
fire
of
spear.
returning.
I
I'd
do.
rather just die. If I'm gonna be that much of a burden.
I suddenly have no, because this would work very well, because I could pull you out of it.
Also, this is us trying to make.
In
And
fairness,
then-
That was
you-
Sarah saying.
I could
it.
I know.
swing you.
That's not me.
No,
I could
this is
swing
Leslie's-
it. No, I could then swing you around, and then you've got your weapons out, and you can just hit people as I'm swinging you around in a circle.
I don't endorse this. I kind of made that as a joke to
think
try to
I'll
make
just-
you laugh.
I think I'll just stick by Mercy.
Skickle. This is always still an option, though. I'll leave it on the table.
I'll make
I
sure
need
not
to
to get in the way of your 1v1. That's gonna have to be what I don't fuck up.
It's fine. I can deal with 1v1s.
I
Also,
know,
one of
that's
you-
what I'm saying.
One of you could also just like shove things towards Deah. Deah, take this one.
And hey, if I go down, Deah, you get one good hit on the person because you sometimes when you land hits, you just fucking murder things and you spray blood on me like the good old days.
It'll wake you up. Like tossing a bucket of water on you, except hot blood.
I mean, it's the same
Anyway.
thing. It's a liquid.
Not how. Okay. Team meeting good? We
Oh, I
gotta
don't
do
know.
better as a group.
I think that was very informative.
I guess so.
Again, this wasn't at you, this was at all of us not strategizing around each other. That's why it's the three of us and not just like a one-on-one cornering.
Okay. She's kind of sadly nods.
Yeah, please don't tell Maddie we made you cry.
I really don't care either way. This
I
is
do.
about keeping. This is about keeping everyone alive.
Gail, Maddie doesn't hate you.
I understand, but here's the reality of the situation. This is about keeping all of us alive long enough to get us all out of this. We aren't doing this forever. Literally, we just need to stay alive long enough so that way we can get this done. And then we're done. Then you can do whatever the hell you want with fighting. I don't really care. Although I don't think you're doing a lot of fighting. I think you're doing a lot of not fighting, which is good.
I mean, that's what I think Deah and Maddie are planning to. Speaking of which, if you two get married, I can officiate weddings.
Marriage?
Worry about that later. That's too stressful. Combat is easier. Alright, so we're going to focus on the combat because that's much easier to deal with. Right. Worry about killing people. Focus on that. Keep your stress levels down. Right? Right.
Wait, are you saying killing people is easier than getting married, Gail?
Yes?
Mercy, did you look at the face when you brought up the marriage word?
I just kind of assumed that, you know,
Don't
they'd
ever
already
assume-
talked about having a nice little cottage on the sea.
Even I can figure out that you don't talk about it in front of the two of them.
Hey, wait.
Both of them just completely lock up and they're an absolute mess. We don't have time for that shit right now. We're literally going into a place where people are actively going to be trying to kill us more so than usual. Let's just focus on that.
Can I check one thing that also deals with combat real quick before we... Dave, do you
What you
have
got?
health potions on you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a
Gail, do you
couple.
have health potions on you?
I think.
Okay.
I've got
Can
a
you-
lot of patches. I got a lot of things on me that do things.
One.
Do you want more? I don't know if you guys realize this. Mercy is carrying 8 potions of healing on her.
I could maybe take a couple others if you have a lot.
I'll take another one just so I can shove it down somebody's throat if I need to.
Mercy will give you each 1 greater healing potion and 1 normal healing potion.
I'll just take the greater one.
Okay, then Deah, you can take 2 of the...
Greater
normal healing potions.
potion.
So that way I'm carrying 2.
So I got a greater and I should have a standard somewhere.
So you're both
but-
getting a greater, and then Deah, you're getting 2 standards.
Cool. Easy. Done.
I keep forgetting not everyone carries a shit ton of healing potions on them, and I need to be better about distributing them out to you guys.
But that's fine. Oh, there we go.
Because where we're
Right.
going, chances are we're gonna have to split
don't
up
need roads.
some.
Can't stay here. This is back country.
Shush you. I have a feeling we're probably gonna get split up more than we're comfortable with, and we never know
Right.
if we're gonna get split up with someone who can do healing and who can't. So, out of the 3 of us, I imagine, with those of us who can heal and those of us who can't, at this point we've got everyone with some emergency.
Got it
Doses.
covered.
Yeah.
Right.
So you guys
Cool.
ready to go kill this random dude?
Let's do it.
I guess so.
You'll be fine, Deah. I will say this though, Deah. It's not your fault you died. You do know that, right?
I know. I just don't want to be useless.
You're not useless. We wouldn't be having this conversation at all if I thought you were useless. If we thought you were useless, we would already kick you out.
No.
I would have actually
Tears
no, I
up
wouldn't have
again.
just kicked you out.
What would you have done, Gale?
I don't know, to be honest. Because that wasn't ever an issue. Honestly, I think what we would have done, we did this a bit back in the village. We had a couple people that just weren't good at things that they, thought that they wanted to do. So we just found them different jobs. We haven't found you a different job yet.
But you're good at the job you have. It's not your fault you died. We all needed to be better in how we arranged ourselves. You wouldn't have gone down
again.
No, please stop.
But
You're really bad at this, Mercy. Oh my gosh.
it's a good cry this time.
And you're supposed to be recruiting people to your goal. Listen to
She's
you.
supposed to cry at Gale. Fairness this time.
That's fair. I'm used
not
to
trying to
that.
recruit anyone. What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm just kidding. Isn't that what you're supposed to do? Is recruit people to your god? Rudy's doing that a lot.
Rudy's not even a cleric. I'm a paladin. I represent what my ideals are that line up with hers. I don't give a shit if people believe in Desna. It's about my alignments.
That was a lot of high level. No. You keep talking about your god and representing your god and doing all that.
Gil, I need you to look at me. Look at me in the eyes.
I'm looking at you in the eyes.
I don't give a shit if someone else believes in her or not. It's about my belief.
That's a little rude. I'm sure they'd want somebody to, work for them, whatever.
Yeah, and probably does Rudy's god too, but he's kind of not alive, so
That's rude. He's clearly alive. He's, somewhere.
I mean, do you think
Gotta be
Deah
somewhere.
gives a shit if people believe in Air still?
No, because Air still doesn't give a shit if people believe in Deah either.
What?
He's an asshole. I've talked to him before. He doesn't give a shit either way. He just wants shit done.
Hey, Gil, you just said I was brutal. That was brutal.
I'm being honest. There's a difference.
Look at Deah.
She's doing just fine. She got better. I don't you're saying things don't matter.
Gil.
What?
Deah, having cried 4 separate times in the past 20 minutes, she's doing fine.
She's doing fine. Just look at her. Look at her.
He looks
Right, just right here in a
traumatized
couple of
still.
days.
He's still not able to walk very fast.
You talk about things like I haven't actually had the time to process my own trauma about my own death either. Which is
I
true.
know. All of you have died of compartmentalized that, and that's fucked. You all realize that, right? Rudy's included. That's fucked.
compartmentalized. The difference is I compartmentalized before, and then dying kicked off the cork like a shaken up champagne bottle.
Therefore, Deah's actually coping the best out of the three of you.
Mercy, I want you to realize something. Out of all of this, compartmentalizing it has made it so that we can actually deal with the problem at hand, which is the fact that there are goods from another actual, thing, part of the universe or whatever, that are here now. We've got people trying to bring in other goods, doing a thing. They're literally trying to end things as we know them. I've had a literal god in my head, and my dad used to be a god from another plane of existence.
These aren't gods.
At what point am I supposed to sit down and process all of this shite before the world actually goes to, quite literal hell?
Real quick. Is Sika still here?
She's sitting over there. She's doing whatever the fuck she's doing. They're doing. It doesn't really matter. At this point,
you
it
died
doesn't really matter.
time ago at this point. You've had plenty of times where you should have processed it. We literally took an entire winter off.
I was off fighting things and making money. I got the backpack.
You got the backpack.
I was busy.
Why am I the bad guy here?
There's no bad guy in this situation. I'm honestly saying this is why all of this is happening. I'll process it sometime later in my life.
I don't think I get to say anything about compartmentalizing.
You don't.
See?
You
It's
also
worked
That's
perfectly
not how you
well.
reacted at the monastery.
I don't know.
Get to say
Look,
anything.
I may have wanted to be dead by the time I was 25, but at least I've come to acknowledge that and realize I don't know where I'm going.
Well,
don't
no,
know
we
if y'all-
do know where we're going though. We've talked about it.
Mercy's just gonna scream and walk away. Actually,
won that
before she
one.
walks away fully, she is going to do one thing.
Kill them. All
No.
three of them.
This was never an option.
Mercy is going to very quickly cast Prestidigitation and turn Gale's arms bright pink.
I think
That's a
that looks
look.
pretty good, to be honest. Reminds me of Air's hair.
Mercy uses etherealness. They pull out the spirit box. It says, die.
Die. Die.
After Mercy's walked
Kill.
away a little bit, look over there. I don't know about you, but sometimes that makes me feel good to get her a little frustrated.
It's just like
Die.
Why does everyone have an in for Mercy in this group?
I don't. I just like making jokes.
How is the exception? How is a good person who doesn't want Mercy to explode?
I think you're just
It's funny when a
you're just
person who gets frustrated a lot, like, does the
You're-
frustrated thing.
I think you're just like the
This is my super
prankster
villain origin
jokester one of all of us, and that means we send it back to you.
True,
I haven't
true.
made a joke in a while, is the thing.
I want it known that this entire time I have been laughing at Sia going, got the backpack.
Very important!
Backpack.
Yeah.
You're also ignoring the fact that Gale actually learned for sure that his dad was a trickster god. It's
Yeah.
in the bloodline now. There's no getting rid of it.
This is Mercy's villain origin story. Campaign 2, she's BBE.
You're welcome. Alrighty.
It's just naturally sarcastic and biting. I'm sorry.
You're
Except for
good.
right
This
now.
is more of a joking annoyance than...
Except for
Alrighty,
right
Deah.
now, she's mopey and shit.
I can carry you back if you want. Maybe we can just walk back.
Please don't tell Maddie I made you cry.
Not gonna tell on you. She cried on her own. She'll consider the offer and then like kind of reach out her arms to
Alright.
be carried.
Gale will carry Deah back. Piggyback style.
That way.
So, with that conversation over, is there anything else that needs to be done in the interim between you guys being in Kinger and you guys attempting to break into Van Thane and have hell
Wreck
break
shit.
loose?
Wreck shit.
I was gonna ask how Deah was feeling, cause
Audit.
I didn't really necessarily ask her after she came back, so I think you know at
Gale
some
brings back Deah. Piggyback. Takes out a cupcake. Hands Deah the cupcake after sitting Deah on the bed.
where'd you put that cupcake?
It's from the snack patch.
How long has that been there?
No idea. It's still
Oh,
fresh
no.
though.
That
It's
is
still
sad
fresh.
to see.
Everything in there is always.
I mean, at least the snack patch preserves, right?
Aye.
It doesn't seem stale.
No, it's everything's as fresh as when it went in. That's the best part about it.
Peeling the
I don't
There you
know
go.
if she's been crying, so I don't know.
You can certainly roll insight, but I'll tell you this much: a person has been crying 4 times in the last couple of minutes.
I don't.
Pretty noticeable. Pretty
That's
noticeable.
funny.
That's pretty noticeable.
I'm gonna leave a second cupcake. There you go.
What happened? Why? Oh,
Battle strategy planning.
why would she be crying over battle strategy?
I don't know.
You just abducted her from me, and then you're just gonna say you don't know?
I don't know specifically why she was crying.
Gail.
And honestly, you don't.
I don't.
Unless you figured it out.
I'm not trying to figure it out. Honestly. Look, Maddie, as best I can tell, Deah is quite stressed after having died, which can confirm very stressful thing. That's the best I can figure. But that's your job, Doctor. I don't need to figure that out.
Okay, yeah.
We just know that we've got a better plan to make sure that everyone's in a better spot, so that way, instead of trying to do the hero thing and just take care of all the problems, we're more focused on getting out of the rest of this stuff alive.
Yes.
That's what we discussed.
Okay. Oh, at least it's doing really.
I'll leave a third cupcake. There you go.
Oh, okay.
If you need to talk to me, you know where I am.
Okay, Gail.
And go, we'll leave and shut the door.
Didn't Maddie originally bake the cupcakes you're giving her?
Yes.
Probably.
Probably, but I don't think she would remember.
It was either Maddie or Finn, so either way, it's a very good cupcake.
Oh no, yeah, no, it was Finn that made the cupcake!
I think it was from the bakery.
Yeah.
At this point, it was literal months ago when these were made.
She doesn't remember what she made.
You see, like, Gail remembers half the stuff that's in the snack pouch.
Oh dear. How are you feeling, Deah?
I feel like a failure.
Oh, if anything, I should have kept an eye on you. I'm sorry.
No, I should be the one that's sorry. I said I'd protect you, and then I didn't.
Deah, please, you shouldn't carry the burden to take care of me. You know, I should have kept my spells for healing, and I didn't think we would be in combat so soon.
Neither did I. But I don't know.
I'm just afraid of losing you again.
You don't hate me for that?
No, of
You know
course
what?
I don't hate you. Why would I?
I don't know.
I'm sorry, Chelsea.
Jill is just open mouth sobbing.
Sorry, Chelsea. Oh my god.
I don't know. If I'm not useful, then maybe you wouldn't want me around anymore. Maybe it wasn't worth it.
Deah, don't say that. It hurts me, please. I care about you so much, please. Don't think bad about yourself.
She just kind of like continues being weepy, and she just kind of like puts her head in like Maddie's shoulder, like
Come on, Deah. You know I love you, right?
ah. Well, I guess I do. I guess I do now.
Just remember, I will never abandon you. Please.
Okay, I'll try.
Okay. She kind of just pecks you on the cheek and just like,
Aw.
you want anything at least?
Stupid motherfucker. Fucking shit. Clapping and cheering like some kind of fucking frat boy. Yeah!
You will not take this away from us. We both kept
Fucking
leading
frat
away.
boy dork.
To be fair, Jill's hair isn't a frat boy's hair.
I'm a frat boy. Fuck off! Come on,
What's your frat boy name?
Kevin. What?
Definitely a Kevin.
Already with
The
that.
fact that you
Definitely a
had
Kevin.
that so quickly. The fact that you had that.
Jill has no idea what his name is because
I don't want to be a Kevin.
Jill said Kevin and then proposed.
Kyle. I like Kyle.
That's a guy that drinks.
Kyle's
drinks
better than
Monster.
Kevin?
Oh, God.
Since
They
when
drink-
is it? I apologize to all Kyles and Kevins. How is Kyle better than Kevin?
I knew a
I
shitty
don't.
My
Kevin.
name's
I
yeah. I
know
kind of
Kevins
agree.
that I
Actually.
like
we
than
did know
Kyle's.
shitty
So.
Kevin.
Do you know how many
Yeah.
Kyles I know who have chugged Monster Energy drinks and then punched holes in walls?
I mean,
Too
that's
many.
not what. That's what Jill's.
This is the game.
What are you drinking?
It's a brisk tea, and
Okay.
I'm gonna cry a little bit about my friend's OCs really quick. Thank you.
Thank you. We're gonna. You guys keep going with your fucking scene while I try to collect myself.
I don't know what else to do.
I was asking if you wanted something before we like leave. That's literally it.
I'm gonna
Like,
say just stay here.
okay. Okay.
I have enough cupcakes, I think.
Oh right, I forgot about the cupcakes. To be honest,
I already ate one, but you can have one of the other ones if you want.
you know, I don't remember making these, but I think I feel like these
Yeah,
are from the
they're pretty
bakery. To
good.
be honest, yeah. God. By the way, when was the last time you talked to Aristil?
When was the last time?
I don't know.
Oh god.
Fucking look at me. I don't know.
Was I-
Con! No note!
There's a cat. There's a cat, guys. Jace has a cat.
Yeah, I have a cat.
Tail
I
on
have
neck.
a cat.
Kitty kitty cat. Yeah, I guess she hasn't talked to Aristil in a hot minute. She kind of, when you say that, she kind of like surreptitiously like looks at her, like as if to make sure the scar is still there.
It's still
Yeah.
there.
She's like, okay, well, this means she's still here somewhere, probably.
Alright. Glad that he's still around. God. I don't even know how that resurrection worked, to be honest.
What did happen? I thought you were tapped for spells, but it didn't seem like I was out for long.
You haven't noticed my eyes are not glowing anymore, Deah?
Oh, I guess I did.
Yeah. I don't know how it typically works, it just happens. So, I guess it successfully went through?
It must have.
That means I won't be having it until probably another week, so...
Is visibly resisting the urge to say I'm sorry again.
What? Don't look at me like that, Deah! It's not your fault! Please remember, it's never your fault that he died, okay?
Okay.
Please. Oh, that's about it from what I can think of right now, so...
Alright, that's fair. So, with all that said and done, we will be going on a 5 to 10 minute break as we went a little bit over our break time. And we will be back in about 5 to 10. Okay, guys? See you then.
And we're back.
So, there are basically a few ways that we can handle this. Either you guys can skip the walking and find a spot to camp out outside of Van Thane and just go from there, or you can actually play out the act of walking, and that's fine, I suppose. It's really up to you. I hold no preference in either direction.
I'm gonna be honest here, guys. I would prefer to skip the walking, but I will defer to what everyone else wants.
I think we got most of our conversations out, so we don't really need to do walking sequences to have conversations unless somebody wants one.
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
On your peace.
Marriage.
Marriage.
Whoa, man! Marriage.
My witch.
So,
Two things you can't bring up in front of Deah and Maddie.
so it's 4 days of travel to get from Kinger to Van Thane, at least with Jace's obscene speed.
Should we message them 2 days out?
That's largely up to you guys. If you want, you can get there 4 days out and be like, all right, let's hunker down and wait and observe a bit. Or you can just be like, all right, we're fucking going. And just roll in.
So what day would we arrive on?
So you'd be arriving at Van Thane on the 25th.
Let's have the attack on the 26th.
We could also wait till the 27th so that Maddie has her divine intervention if we need it.
Also, I'm gonna ask if you guys want Hero's Feast, or I could use one of the Maryberry before combat.
Hero's Feast might be good.
Hero's Feast might be good because we're going into a situation with probably a lot of magic.
Okay.
and having advantage on wisdom saves would be good because wisdom is one of the ones that's common.
I need to check what the Maryberry does again.
I was gonna ask, what is the Maryberry?
Hold on, Jolly. I just
Keep
dropped
holding.
the item card into your sheet.
Keep holding.
I know it's around here. I'm just trying to find the item.
No. Scroll up a little bit, Jolly. There's a item card now.
Oh, okay. I found it.
And for the piggy.
Chat, keep holding.
My chuckles.
Hold.
Chat, just keep holding.
Hold.
Wait.
It'll be okay.
I can just click on it. So,
You just click
that's what it says. So,
What am I
it would
supposed to be holding?
Are we allowed to unhold?
Fine.
Yep. So,
Okay.
um, when
That was exhausting.
basically one of you can eat it and get advantage on all wisdom and intelligence checks based on smell or taste, and advantage on ability checks using cooked utensils. So
What?
basically, for the Maryberry, so one of you who eats it would have advantage on all of your wisdom and intelligence checks for smelling or tasting things. So like finding poison, smelling things that smell odd, stuff like that. So one of you would have a very good perception check for like sniffing.
Well, my only thought with that is we already have people with
Really good perception.
really good perception and also divine
Sense.
since
Hero's Feast might be better.
Yeah.
Hero's Feast would be for the whole party.
And I have keen smell and fox form.
Berry will be good when we're doing non-combat oriented, I would think.
Okay. But yeah, just keep in mind, I only have 2 gem-encrusted bowls, so if we somehow have to go to Pacretia, to fight the 2 baddies, I only have 1 ball after that, so,
Oh no, where will we ever get another one?
Actually, I will say if we need to get another bowl, we can make it work. We can find ways to get one.
Yeah, there's a lot of merchant princes in Pacretia. They're bound to have something.
I'll also
can get-
say we have a lot of loose gems and a lot of gold, and someone who can transmute stuff really well, and can make a gem-encrusted bowl from them.
I love the idea of Ro just making the exterior of a gold bowl kind of like slightly melty, and then just kind of rolling it around in a pile of diamond dust. Did it!
It's like when you have like the cornstarch and water and you roll it around in a table of glitter.
See,
So,
I was
yeah.
thinking of like a kid at recess making macaroni art.
So yeah, like, but Jolly brings up a good point. She only has 2 gem-encrusted bowls.
If you can get me another bowl, it's possible, but I'm just keeping that in mind. If we cannot get another bowl by the time we go to Pacretia, that's not my fault there, okay?
Yeah. Basically, if we don't get another gem encrusted bowl and we use one here, we're gonna have to choose which big battle to use it in.
I think I can get us another gem-encrusted bowl if I have enough time. I have the ability.
Okay.
Remember, I have Arcane Tunnel. If I have to call, Deah ahead of time and then Arcane Tunnel a bowl to us, I can.
We can just rob that one jewelry store.
I cast Summon Bowl.
We could rob a jewelry store.
You should not rob from my aunt, thank you very much.
Wait,
I won't
the
know.
jewelry store belongs to your aunt?
You know that! Yeah.
That's the...
Also,
Sarcasm.
hey,
I
there
still
might be a
rob
bowl in this place. We don't know. There might be a place they keep things.
Maybe he collects them. Collects
I think the answer is yes. Let's do the here.
Okay. Well, okay. When are we gonna do it? 'Cause,
My
you know,
precious
but-
collection of jewel-encrusted bowls! What will I do without them?
I don't know his life.
Well,
sounds
like.
So,
it
It lasts us for 24 hours. So when are you gonna do it? Or, like, when should we do it?
takes an hour to like consume it, right?
Yes.
It's gonna be like
It's like a
just
short rest.
like just before you guys leave.
Yeah. So basically, right before we get into the city, like maybe like 2 hours out or whatever.
Okay, I'm just keeping that in mind. I will put it down since we are using it, and I already deducted it from my inventory, so...
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Okay.
You will be down a spell slot, but
It's my 6. That's the only thing I use it for, so... I don't really, like...
You can use
use
for
it for
upcasting, and that's about it.
Yeah, I don't really use it for anything else, to be honest, other than turn it into sorcery points. But, yeah, I'm just putting that down. Okay.
Oh yeah, we need to do the 2d10 hit point.
Oh, that's
Oh! Wait.
Not if I Beacon of Hope.
Do you want to
Oh.
blow another spell slot, bud? Remember last time the healers didn't have any spells?
This is
Everything went
1/3
fine, I don't know
level
what you're
spell
talking about.
slot. I didn't have any spell slots last time. I
I
think
will...
it's worthwhile.
Okay, I will slap a 2d10 roll.
Because I'll
That's
just
6.
Beacon of Hope because that makes a max, and I did say I would before you rolled.
Yep, so
Okay.
20 plus something.
17, okay.
Oh, it gives us a red line when we take tip hit points.
How do we?
It does.
You're doing plus max.
Yeah, I did plus max, which was right here.
And we're getting 20.
It does give you
Beacon of Hope.
That's because it increased our maximum, but not the health points we have right now. So it thinks you took damage, basically.
So
got it.
so Beacon of
Recording
Hope
part 2.
makes it 20 from the rolls, and then
Let me just.
what was it?
have
2d10
in
plus
there.
5 or 2d10 plus 6?
I don't think it's plus anything.
It's
just
just-
says
it's
that
just-
it's just 2d10.
2d10.
Okay, so just plus 20.
Is it a temp or is it a regular?
It is
To
both
maximum.
in this
It's
case.
maximum.
It treat it like your maximum has increased by 20 points.
Yeah.
There's a section underneath your health where
I
it
see
says
it, yeah.
plus max, and you can put it in there so you don't
Oh,
mess
that's
up your
so
actual
good.
score,
Mhm.
Okay.
which is really nice.
Yes. And
Uh,
I feel that me using Beacon of Hope is the fair alternative to me giving everybody like 30 temp HP.
I'll kill you.
Because
He could do that.
I could do that instead.
So, you guys make the trek from Kinger over to Van Thane, and as you are making this trek, you see off in the distance a tremendous city that as you begin making your way closer and closer and closer, you begin to truly realize the scale of this location. Not just horizontally, but vertically. You see towers that stretch upwards into the skies, higher than many other buildings that you have ever seen before. Some of these go up, not except for Haru. Some of these buildings go up hundreds of feet, like 100 to 200 feet, which is something you've never seen before. And you can see that there is one building that is the tallest out of all of them, and you have a feeling that is going to be it. But you will also note that in nearby canals near the city, these canals all appear to have something a little odd about them. They all look to have a vaguely rainbow-like spreading on the top surface of the water itself, and this odd appearance deeper below, where it looks a little gleamy, a little familiar to you all. You would also note this odd desaturation that appears to be spreading away from the city itself, where the grass and the greenery and the trees all seem to be almost losing a little bit of color. You all, having planned this out, take a little bit of time before you head into the actual city proper. You find a spot where you're able to have a little bit of a feast. Partaking of what Maddie summons / cooks for you all, you gain some additional health, and you prepare to move in further into Van Thane to go about infiltrating the tower. So, what's your plan for getting inside the tower? Actually, I should say, what's your plan for getting inside the city?
Being prepared. If we want to use that.
I'm gonna be honest. Some of us are not going to be able to walk in if we're not in uniform. Especially because we don't know if they have an anti-magic right there at the gate. I wouldn't put it past them to do that to get rid of, rebels.
Can't get Gale or check to see if there's some sort of anti-magic thing at the gate? Gale, Haru?
One of you can
Check,
certainly do that, yeah.
but I'd have
me
to
change
get
the
close.
I mean, you'd have to get close no matter what. Because it's within 30 feet, so...
Would they accept important people from other places?
know.
Also, I'm gonna be honest here. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get accepted at all if we're not in some sort of uniform. I wouldn't be surprised if they have our descriptions.
Is there an echo in here?
That's a little
No. I'm reiterating what you're saying. I'm not like
Sounds like the smart person's trying to steal another person's idea.
Sounds like another case of
No,
smart
no,
people
okay.
trying to talk over other smart people. Like
I'm so sorry. No, not at all.
Dork.
No, I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised if they had descriptions of us. In general, like the whole group.
They don't know the whole group.
Except for Haru, yeah, they do.
No, they don't know you and me.
To be fair, our names aren't exactly secret information, and I did, like I've said before, I did walk in with my entire chest and give them my full legal given name.
Hey, Connor.
Yeah.
Can I use the magic map to find where the sewers are?
Sure. You
You're
certainly
gonna have
can.
to do it, man.
Plus, he's
mean,
gonna
it's
go,
either-
whoa, you can climb on my back.
Sewers are probably the best bet to get inside the city, and then we can do some invisible, some disguised, or lying. In the case of Gale, and go from there.
So, using Herod's unimaginable drawing, you look around for a spot that looks to be an opening to the sewers, and you would find that there is one location near the canals, outside of the city, that looks like it has an open sewer grading system, which, if you were to guess, is probably the one the orcs went through, or orc went through. I'll point out there is one other thing that you guys are ignoring because you have talked about it before. Whoa. Oh, fuck off.
Amber alert.
Amber Alert.
Amber alert.
Yes, you're gonna go find a child sitting in your room.
Let's do it. Sorry, we gotta cut
Right
stream
now.
there. We have to go randomly
Yeah,
run
let's
through
go.
and
Let's go
find a
do
child.
work. Gotta go. Bye.
Been called in for duty.
It's my bat signal right there.
You do also have Siga's alchemical tools,
Mhm.
which were probably made inside of Anthane.
Oh yeah, we do have that.
Don't have teleport. Oh no, I do have teleport. Never mind. But if I use it now, we won't be able to use it to get out.
You can literally make a giant circle with it from the city, can't you?
I need space. I don't have space. I can use space now.
And we don't have time.
And we.
If you do the sewers, I can ritually cast Water Walk. It would just be 10 minutes plus 1 turn.
So they probably aren't watching the sewers as closely as they are Siga's.
You hope.
We hope.
And not to mention if wherever they got the alchemical tools from, we don't even know where that is. So the sewers might be our better option.
I do have 1 point, though, against the sewers.
Which is
How big is this sewer opening, Connor?
Not very
oh, it's
large.
probably meant for gnomes.
We have a gale?
You, judging by the size itself, it looks like the orc would have been probably hunched, like hunching while walking through the water. So walking on the water means that you are absolutely going to be like doing the crouch walk done in video games, and Gale's going to be on hands and knees.
We also have a portable hole that is now recently emptied of its carpet smothering.
We have people who can do prestidigitation. We can suffer through the water a little bit.
I mean, no, but if there's someone in there, we might have to fight something. That's the problem. And
The water's
Gale
not that
cannot
deep.
fight.
It's a sewage.
Oh, that's the other thing. Gale can't fight.
I could.
I mean, I can polymorph him. Make him smaller.
I
If it
can
comes-
ritually cast teleport out here. We're outside, right?
Yeah.
But that's the time problem is the thing.
I could get in there just fine.
Time
I've got-
problem.
I've got a zero. I'd be fine.
Let's put it this
Yeah,
way.
you can stab instead of swing.
If I do the
Mhm.
time problem now before we go in, it's gonna be a problem once we get inside. But if we do it now, it's not gonna be an issue.
If we're doing this now, we have an hour. So, how long is it going to take you to cast this ritual spell?
Long time, longer.
An hour and 10. An hour. And
Yeah,
10
no,
minutes.
that's why she's like a lot longer than that. Yeah.
So,
If you're telling me I have an
if
hour.
we
then-
do this now, what's going to happen is that bomb's going to go off, and we're not going to be inside.
Okay.
You need to go.
Yeah. Let's.
Let's go.
You either burn the slot, or what? We gotta get in there.
Okay.
I
I
would
burn
say
the slot.
teleport.
Well, yeah. Do you want me to burn the? I'll burn the slot. I don't. That's fine.
I say you burn the spell slot.
Okay. Still burn the
Were you
spell
gonna
slot.
say something, Gale?
Let's go either way.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Rudy will use the tools and burn the spell slot.
Okay. You guys will use the alchemical tools as your focus, and you will burn the spell slot. So this is something I'm going to use a little differently. I want you to roll me a d100. You're still going to be making your way in because you have an object from there, but it's more so to determine where you appear.
All right. You want me to roll it on the thing, or can I roll it regular?
Roll it in the game.
Okay. Ah.
62.
Do we want to put on uniforms before we do this?
We
I
already.
assumed we had already done that.
You already did that.
We already did.
Okay.
I assumed you already did.
Just making sure.
I hate the way they do
What?
the tabling on these chat logs. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so you guys make your way around the object that you brought, the alchemical tools. I'll join hands and feel the air pull in and twist around you as you feel yourselves moving and being displaced, and suddenly you can feel some heat nearby, very nearby. I want stealth checks from everybody immediately.
Oh shit! Can I say that? I cast past that trace before we did that. Or is
I
that
will
too
say
late?
in this case, no.
Okay, I was not quick enough on that.
You all ready for some real
One
stealth?
die.
Oh boy.
Mom spaghetti. Here we go.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's a lot better than I
19,
thought.
18.
I say like I didn't roll a 19, but it was a 5 on the die.
Y'all
I'm
ready
supposed
for
to be
Average.
some real
pulling my
bad
weight.
shit?
She's still, she's still feeling bad. She's
I'm so bad. What am I
Roll
doing?
the natural
17 from Gale, plus 2 for 19.
nice, Gail.
Quite good.
I can't tell what you rolled.
Natural 20 for 21.
Hey! That's not
I
bad
literally,
at all.
This is how I picked it up. I'm not joking. I picked it up like this.
I rolled a 6 on the die, and a plus 8 is a 14.
I don't want anyone to look at me.
I'm
What'd you
What
get?
is it, Jess?
Oh, that's
One.
a 7 total.
Oh no.
You guys have to remember, I'm rolling at disadvantage on all rolls I'm not proficient in.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
right. I
I rolled a
forgot.
17 on the other die.
That's canceled out though, remember? Because you have the cloak.
Get the cloak.
No,
Yeah, you-
I thought the cloak cancels out the armor.
It doesn't
it does.
stack.
It
You-
doesn't
there's no
It's
It's a normal
stacking.
roll.
It's a straight
Oh, so
roll.
it's
Yeah.
just- oh,
There's,
it becomes
a
there's no
roll.
super advantage or super disadvantage
Yeah, just
in
roll.
5e.
I didn't know that. I will reroll.
It's
Because
just the one.
that's what's fair.
Oh no.
They got an 8.
Okay.
Slightly better.
Everyone else felt pretty decent, though.
Thank God. Mercy's lost all her ability to be stealthy. That she didn't have to start with, so worse.
Also, I already have a bluff prepared.
Let me just stop this music. This is a little too morose. You. Hold on a second. There we go. So, you all feel yourselves kind of go and land next to something that's producing an extremely large amount of heat, but you all immediately feel, you realize you got close to it. And I don't mean close, I mean very close, as the heat source is like a good foot away from you all, and it feels like something that could very easily hurt you very badly if you were a little too close to it. Oh shoot, I should roll for Siga, because that could actually change things a little bit. Great. So that was Erudite got a natural 20, Deah, Maddie, Haru got a 14, 13. Who else got a 14? Ro got a 14. Jace, what'd you get?
19.
19? Okay. What'd you get again, Jess? 8 total. Okay. Man. You all land in this position, and you realize very quickly you're in a glass blowing factory. Like, in the factory. And Mercy kind of stumbles slightly as she appears, and Erudite quickly grabs them by the shoulder and yanks them back a little ways. As you hear a gnomish voice go, "What was that? Who fucking cares what that was? Get back to work." And you just barely avoid detection. I counted the amount of successes to failures. So 4 to 5, because natural 20s count as 2.
God,
So Deah, Jace, Deah, Gale, Maddie, Erudite, and then everybody else.
Ooh.
Thank God for that natural 20. Holy shit.
You see around you many gnomes working in this glass-blowing factory. Many of them carrying these large metal pipes or tubes with these gobs of yellow-orange glass at the very ends of it that they are twisting and turning and blowing into to shape these alembics and retorts and other alchemical tools that they are beginning to work with very carefully. And you can hear that next to you is this roaring blast furnace that they're using to heat the sand and glass. And you've avoided detection. You can see that there are a few doors leading out of this building. One large one that looks like it goes over to a large stack of crates, which has a few other gnomes and other races beginning to pile things up and assemble the actual chemical tools themselves. There are a few other doors that look like they could be other ways out, but you also see that at the edge of this room there is what looks to be a button in a box.
I'm just gonna real quick while a wisdom save.
Thank you.
Good news, it was a 19.
Oh, okay.
What's that? A second ago.
Would you rather have I rolled an 8 on this one?
No. Well, actually, yes.
You're gonna see Mercy go,
Yeah.
and you're gonna see her grab her own hand and pull it back.
Mercy.
I resisted the urge.
Good. Do you have the map?
Yeah,
Can it show us how to get out of here?
probably. And she's gonna have the map in hand.
It just shows you the layout. It doesn't have one labeled exit.
But it has secrets. Tell us your secrets, Glass Factory.
Tell us your secrets, Glass Factory.
Okay.
Who got it?
Allergic to peanuts. That's a secret.
Connor, can I do a quick perception check out of curiosity?
Sure. Roll perception.
This is not gonna go well, but I might as well try. Is that cocked or not?
I would say no, it's not cocked. There's a face.
Alright, cool. Because it's on the edge, and it's always like, oh, it's not gonna go well. Even with my perception +6, that is only a 12.
If it's
Did you
a
roll that at
skill you're
advantage?
proficient with, you
Oh
have
no,
advantage.
I didn't. I forgot.
You do roll an advantage. Worse, much, considerably worse.
Was that a nat 1 on the
No.
second roll?
I'm gonna burn a luck early, because I would like us.
Doing it already,
Burn 'em
aren't we?
early, burn 'em early. Burn 'em early, burn 'em often.
Good. It's not, but it's good.
Never
Jess,
Can I
I
take
need
my luck back?
I need you.
I
to
rolled a
do
6 again.
It's a 6, a 4, and a 6.
No takesy backsies.
It's 12.
It's 12.
It's 12.
It's as simple as that. No takesy backsies. It is a 12.
Yeah, no, Mercy's not gonna say shit.
Very
Mercy.
quietly to the group, Har will say, do you think we could get by with saying that this is a surprise inspection of the facility?
How did we get in?
If it was a surprise. No, if we get caught, yes. For now, we're not noticed, so we should just try to get out.
Hey, Udi.
We never. You saw with the 12. I would like to point out.
Yeah, I know.
So what you see with the 12 is you see that there are some gangplanks up top, or scaffolding, whatever you'd like to refer to it as, where it looks like one could go up there to change out some of these flickering lights that are up there. You see an upper level where it looks like there are more people doing work, which you realize is a bit hazardous, but oh well. Aside from that, you don't see much else with the 12, because it's a 12.
Hey, Woody. You know that big button that's sitting there? What do you think it does?
I don't know. What? Do you want me to find out? I'm confused.
You have Mage Hand, don't you?
Yeah, I can't. I don't have Mage Hand, so.
No, you and Ro both have Mage Hand, I think.
I don't have Mage Hand.
Ro has Mage Hand.
I've never had Mage Hand.
Hey, Ro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to hit that button, bud.
I have Arcane Hand.
I have never been so happy to have been told to do something in my life.
Start the chaos, whatever.
I don't know. Is everyone gonna be mad if I do it?
As a player, I'm so curious. As a character, Deah does not have strong feelings because she's still kind of mopey.
As
Do we
a person who has actually worked for a glass manufacturer and been inside of production facilities.
What the fuck?
Lore drop.
What the fuck,
It's-
Cody? You've done this?
Like, generally, they require very specific conditions and very specific settings. And either that could shut stuff off, or it could initiate drainage of a tank that was not properly prepared for, which could cause a massive spill of molten glass all over someplace.
Ro, do it.
What the fuck?
Anything special I have to do?
No, it's a
I
cantrip.
will also say we should probably get away from the fire, though.
Yes. Very much so.
Oh
I mean,
my God.
unless Maddie, Gale, either of you have an objection?
No. Why
As
would I have an
long as it
objection?
doesn't kill us, then yeah.
Yeah.
Rose slams a finger on the button.
Okay, you use Mage Hand, which I will say you're well within the range of. Yeah, okay. So I was rolling to see how well people react to this, because I know what that button does. And while Cody may have worked in a glass factory, which I never knew, this is a little different. You use your mage hand and go and press the button, and you automatically hear something go. This loud alarm starts going off, and you see several gnomes start kind of looking around really quickly and like whipping their heads around. But you watch as one of them, who has their tube inside of the glass, like the furnace he's working with, turns with the tube and drops it. And you see that it lands near a table, and the molten glass lands square on the table, and it goes.
Really did start the glass factory fire 90.
And it starts lighting a fire, and you hear the gnome go, "Oh shit!" And you see some other gnomes go, "Oh!" And they all start rushing, and a few of them start grabbing go into these these like cartons that are along the side of the wall, and they start pulling out these glass flasks, and a couple of them get some blankets, and they all start trying to put out the fire as you hit the fire alarm.
Connor, Connor, can I do something?
Sure.
I have control flames. If I see any gnomes trying to put out the fire, I'm gonna keep spreading it. As a
Get out! Now they're all distracting. So.
We didn't start the fire.
Yes,
we did.
God, I hope
We
this
did it.
factory.
No, that gnome did.
We did not start it.
No, we
We
did.
actually-
Gnome
You're
did.
definitely making it worse.
We
Let me-
tried to help. We set the fire alarm off
Preempted.
before
Didn't
the
start
fire
the
started.
fire, but we definitely didn't try to
Faulty fire
fight
alarm
it.
system.
See, here's the best part about Control Flames. It's somatic only, which means Maddie makes no noise while doing this. So she's just moving her hands. So, yeah, you use Control Flames, and you start spreading the flames more, and the gnomes are like going, "Oh God!" A bunch of them are like still trying to put the fire out. You got other ones that are like putting the glass blowing rods aside and like starting to move out to the main door, and you see the ones up top going, "What's going? Oh no!" A bunch of them start making their way to doors, but they're all crowding around the staircase. So it kind of like bottlenecks at the staircase, and they all start to try and crowd out. You've effectively caused a panic. Roll stealth with advantage, all of you, to get out of the building. Yes, and a comparison to the Triangle Shirt Factory is a very apt comparison.
Thank God. First one was a natural one.
I don't know if I can roll that very. Oh wow, I rolled the same number.
You can click the plus hovering
Mercy
over your thing.
you still roll neutral. You still
Why do
you
I roll
normal.
neutral if it's an adventure?
Because
Because it doesn't matter. Just
Yeah, you
disadvantage-
have
the whole disadvantage advantage thing. Once you have it cancel out, nothing else matters. It's just neutral. It's just normal.
So it doesn't matter if anything gives me advantage anymore?
It doesn't matter how many sources of advantage and disadvantage you have. If you have one of each, it's always neutral.
I can inspire you if you want.
You
You can do
know,
that.
it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
Jace, what'd you get?
17. 15 plus 2.
Becca, you got a 33. Cody, what'd you get? 21.
21.
Maddie, you got an 18.
Mm-hmm. One moment.
Okay. Joe, what'd you get?
That's a spicy 16.
Okay. What'd you get,
I
Mercy?
rolled-
I rolled a 17 total.
Hey, that's not bad.
18 for me.
18 for you? Alright. You guys, watching the panic as people are going towards the biggest door, just kind of quickly
Siga?
slip out the
I mean,
side.
nothing matters, but
Oh,
Siga
Siga.
roll?
I should
It's
roll
not gonna
Siga.
really matter.
I have to know.
I mean, if she rolls a natural 1, it could matter. You're
You
fine.
rolled great.
She also has advantage.
She does also have advantage.
Roll a natural 20 right now.
Nope.
Damn.
So, yeah, you guys taking this moment of terrible, terrible panic, slip out the side real quickly, and you're now on the streets of Van Thane. All around you you see more people than you have ever seen in your life. This place is crowded and packed. You see people of all sorts. Gnomes, halflings, humans, elves, half-elves, some dragonborn, a few tabaxi, or turtles. But you do not see many of the more unique races. You don't see many Ganassi at all. You don't see Goliaths. No Firbolg, no orcs, no goblins.
No tieflings?
Very few. 1 to 2. And a few of those that you see actually have stunted horns. Horns that have been either broken and then ground down or intentionally cut.
You seeming to at least look like we blend in. Because you and me and Gale and Siga and Haru all kind of...
I'm already...
Right, we need to look more like normal people.
Okay.
I'm already taking the appearance of a human.
Yeah,
Alright.
fucking do the seeming.
I'm doing seeming. I will do seeming on the people who need it to make us all look like humans. Gale looks like a very tall human right now.
Yeah, Gale looks like a really fucking big dude.
Just so we can, while we're here. Okay.
How
Yep.
much can seeming change height?
1 foot. So I can make you a foot shorter.
Let me do it.
Which is, that'll
Let me
make you
do
like a
it.
6 foot.
Let me
Don't
do
do it?
Let me do it. So, Gale, I can shrink 3 feet.
Okay.
With my own
that's
thing.
fine.
So,
Firbolg
I'll do it on the rest of-
disguise self is very strong.
mhm.
I'll do it on the 3 of us then that need it. I'm sorry,
Four.
I'm like looking for my spells. Okay.
4 of us that need it.
4 of us,
Siga.
yeah. Yeah, 4 of us. No, because
Haru.
Haru's doing it on himself.
I was Haru doing on himself.
Yeah.
So, 3.
3.
But you guys cast seeming on yourselves, and per the wording of the spell seeming, you vaguely resemble a human, but I don't believe it changes you the same way like disguise self or alter shape.
Change
shape
the
does.
appearance and number of creatures. Disguises physical appearance as well as clothing, armor, and weapons.
Yep.
So I can't change
So,
like their body type,
will-
but
Yeah, it will fail to hold up to physical expectations, physical
Yeah.
inspections.
so disguise self is the same thing. It's this is just a big disguise self.
Mhm.
That's fine.
But you guys are now able to move through the crowd relatively freely. As with your uniforms, a majority of the civilians around you will kind of move out of your way, allowing you to pass through. They don't ever like bump into you or get in your way in any way, shape, or form. Any individuals that are in your path that see you, make clear. They give you about a foot distance easily. What's up?
Mercy's gonna kind of fall in step next to Gale and Deah and go, both of you, along with me, let's look around and see if we see anyone with a higher ranking than us.
Okay, I'll keep an eye out. I can do that. She'll keep an eye out for people that would be a higher ranking than us, so we can avoid them.
People.
People.
Roll perception check.
This is
Come on,
gonna be
baby.
good.
27.
Chase, what'd you get?
It's a 19 on the die. Plus
Plus?
10 for 29.
29 from Gale, 27 from Deah.
18.
18. All right, very cool. We're being rated by Daddy Crossbow.
Oh, thank you.
Excellent name. Thank you for rating. So, Gale, you and Deah, keeping your sharp eyes out, you managed to spot not a higher ranking official, but you note a Dullahan further along near one of the street corners, a little ways away. You don't notice any higher ranking individuals, but you do notice the Dullahan.
Right.
And you note that this Dullahan appears to be making sweeping motions with its head. Left, then right. Left, then right. looking over the crowd.
Gonna duck down a little bit and go into a side street.
Yeah, we're gonna lead away from him.
Okay. You
It looks
begin
like
to.
we're patrol.
So Gale begins to punch down, skirt away to one of the side streets. Deah, do you go with him?
Are we taking the group? Or...
It's up to you guys.
I assumed we were taking the group.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
so we're kind of getting everyone out of the
Off the street.
away from the Dullahan so the Dullahan doesn't see us, because the Dullahan is the last thing we want to be seen by before we're in position.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because it might be able to
Or-
see through magic.
Yeah, well, at least before we're in position to be seen.
Right.
I'm gonna pull my map back out so that way I can find us way out from the side street. That'll make us avoid that Dullahan.
You would be able to find a side street that lets you kind of skirt the Dullahan themselves and avoid their eyesight. So, skirting away as best you can, you make your way a little further and closer towards the tower that you're looking to get to. Your way in. And within a matter of 5-10 minutes of walking, you would be able to gaze upon the tower. It is called the Aterius Pinnacle. You see that the exterior of the building has some guards. They look to be low ranked at the outside. And those are the only people you can see there. But you see that this is the glass front lobby with an individual sitting at a desk who looks to be some kind of receptionist or what have you. And for the back, there are stairs and some kind of sliding doors that move in and out with like these metal wrought grates that kind of come in and out with somebody who's kind of sitting by those, standing by those grates.
We are here.
Deah's not taking point on this. I don't know where we're going.
Only until the explosion.
Don't know. Not much time though. We had to get inside that tower, otherwise they're going to try to call us over to the front lines.
Isn't it? We look like guards, right? Like, shouldn't we just?
Exactly, that's why we have to get inside the tower. If we're on the streets, they're going to try and call us and to actually help fight.
Wow. What's the number one rule of going into places?
Act like you know what you're fucking doing.
Then let's do that.
We do.
Okay. So you, Ro, begin to march up to the guards at the front door. What are you going to say?
See, I'm conflicted here, because I could put on the bravado, or I could just act like I'm supposed to fucking be here and then be affronted when they don't immediately open the door.
It's the beauty of D&D, I'll let you decide.
The affronted's gonna give you intimidation more than likely. The other one's gonna be performance.
Or deception.
Or deception.
You know what? I'm gonna put on the bravado. I've looked at the I've crunched the numbers. I've done the math. I'm deciding to forego intimidation this time around. Oh god. Okay. Fuck. I hate guys. Hey guys, I don't like playing D&D. It turns out. I decided. I
You
decided not to
lie.
anymore.
Can I make a suggestion real quick for you? Before you walk over, I was gonna say, can you do anything to make yourself look more gnomey with where they won't be able to see it?
Ah. Are there any like features that gnomes are like?
Hair. Colorful hair. And ears.
Okay.
So halflings have blunted ears like humans do. Gnomes have pointed ears. And there are two types of gnomes. Rock gnomes, who have neutral colored hair. And forest gnomes, who have pastel colored hair.
Okay. So I have a certain amount of charges for my tattoo.
Yes, you do.
I think is it?
I'm mistaken.
Huh?
I think it's 4.
Is it 4? Okay. In that case,
Why do I know that?
I don't know. I know that. Yeah, it's 5 charges a day. Thank you very much. I wrote it
Oh,
down.
five
so I
days.
got it. But Rose's gonna really quickly get rid of the scars, point the ears, and turn her hair pastel pink.
Got it.
Oh god, and then run up to the doors, kind of like in a little bit of a panic. And she's gonna run up and she's gonna go, there's a fire, the glass factory's on fire, and there's people everywhere.
What?
The glass factory's on fire! Did you not hear me the first time?
That explains the alarm. All right. We can try to get a fire brigade over there as quick as possible. What are you looking, ma'am? What are you looking for us to do? We guard the doors.
Yeah, and I want to be in the doors.
Oh,
To tell the people that there's a fucking fire at the glass factory.
right. Yes. Right. Make an intimidation check.
Oh, I am intimidating! Shitting fuck.
You are someone's superior. They're all. Oh no, I know that reaction.
It's a natural 20.
Fuck with me. I've got the power of God and anime on my
Why?
side. That's a natural 20.
Why is the reaction to front?
It's T-pose.
Mom says it's my turn on the Xbox.
It's T-pose.
That's a natural 20 plus 9.
It's a 29.
29 on intimidation.
29.
And you see that the gnomes will immediately go, "Yes, ma'am," and they both open up their door and they look down, like averting their eyes, and you guys all begin to make your way in through the doors. And as you do so, the seeming breaks, and disguise self breaks, and alter self breaks.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Can Gale
They're looking
grab
down.
one of
And
these guys by the face so that will like its
now
jaw?
I need to point out
Okay.
two things. One, these two guards looked down,
Oh,
so
They didn't see
they
us?
don't see you. The
The receptionist?
receptionist is here.
How is casting calm emotions on the receptionist?
Okay.
Wait.
Immediately casting a spell. All right.
I can cast hold person as well.
Do you want to? You don't know the decisions that other people are making, so you guys can do whatever you
Yes.
want. This includes this includes you, Charlie.
I was gonna cast blindness on the receptionist.
Fucking
The reason-
blast! I love this
The
so
reason I'm
much.
doing calm emotions is because then she won't raise an alarm.
Yeah. So I'm gonna
Beat me for it.
you two can decide if you're doing this, but do not communicate with one another because you don't have enough time to do that. I'm gonna roll the save for calm emotions.
Whether I do it or not is if there's any other people in the area, or if it's just the receptionist looking at us.
There's only the receptionist here.
Hold person.
Okay.
It's a charisma save.
It's a charisma save. Let me double check.
DC
The-
18.
Yep, gnomes have advantage in all intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws against magic because gnomes are
Mental-
busted.
Any mental shit.
Can I still
Yep.
cast the blindness spell on
You
her?
totally can.
Okay,
You
so
totally
that's
fucking can.
a Constitution saving throw that she has to successfully.
God! This woman is slammed with 3 spells.
I am.
Hey.
Some are damaging.
Mine,
It's not damaging.
mine isn't harmful at all.
So
It's not.
this is just
Spells
a
are damaging,
civilian.
to be
I'll point
fair.
out to you guys. The only reason she rolls with advantage is because of that whole gnomish heritage thing. But like,
Mhm.
aside from that, she's just a like. She wasn't even supposed to come in today.
Joke's on her. We can't
Yeah.
have everything we want.
Yeah. So you guys watch as Haru casts calm emotions. Deah throws out her scarred hand and casts hold person, and then you watch as Maddie's eyes flare quickly and she casts blindness deafness, and you watch as this gnomish woman just kind of like gets a very dull expression on her face. Her eyes glaze over, and then she stops moving. Completely.
She can't see where we go, so we gotta
So
go.
she not just can't see, she's totally okay with it, and she can't move, this woman's gonna think she had a fucking stroke.
I'll just calmly say, oh, watch yourself. When you can get in trouble if you fall asleep on the job, so that is what is in her mind as we continue. And he can still replicate other voices, because his is not magic, so he
You
can...
can. This is true.
What was
Yes,
Gale
Jace?
Gale's just closing the doors. the doors have been closed.
So I will point out these are like glass doors, but like still like you just kind of quickly close them behind you, and you hope the gnomes don't look behind them.
Okay,
And you just keep going.
Is there a bench or like something really big, like a statue?
There is the receptionist's desk.
Gale's going to take the receptionist's desk and just shove it against the bottom of the door. And if there's literally anything that isn't like nailed down, Gale's just gonna start slowly moving stuff on the other side of that.
Does that include the receptionist?
Roll me a stealth check.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, hold person's only a minute left.
It's
Can I
only a
help
minute.
Can I help him and give him advantage on that?
Yes, you may.
All of these.
That's good.
All of this.
As you guys
affects
very
her.
quietly start picking up the edge of the desk and just scooting aside.
I will have you know the original roll, had I not had help, was a 1. So instead, with a 16 plus 2 for 18 on stealth.
You're
I'll
welcome.
take that one instead. Thank you.
The gnome receptionist does not react as she is calmed, held, and blind.
Can we scoot her up to the desk so it's like right there?
You can, because she is indifferent to
Yeah,
our
very-
interactions
very
with
cool.
her.
Well, not only that, she can't react because she's held. So you
Who's
guys
gonna
just
leave a
very
cupcake?
It's all a dream.
So you guys pick up the desk and just kind of move it over so it blocks the door, and then very carefully just pick up the chair that like the receptionist is sitting on and move it over there and sitting it down.
We're never missing a chance.
And then
for
Gale just like takes the
psychological
cupcake
warfare.
out of the bag, like the bag of preservation, just puts it down, and then you guys get going.
Could Mercy scribble a quick note in common that says, something along the lines of like April's Fool's Day or whatever the equivalent is?
Gone fishing. Closed for maintenance.
Cupcake.
Just something to make it look like it's a practical joke.
Yeah. Okay, sure. You just quickly scribble something down. You are very lucky that there's like a kind of like a half wall, like one of those decorative walls behind where the receptionist sits, blocking off the actual elevator door. Because this guy didn't hear or see any of that. But like, you guys have officially finished it, and the door is blocked-ish, and you see that there's the elevator and the stairs.
We don't need to
Stairs.
pretend since we got in. But let's book it up the stairs. We can pretend we belong from this point.
Yes.
Plan A or whatever the Gale is a recruit. Let's go.
And Har will immediately change his glamored studded leather back to the uniform, since we passed the threshold.
Should we have some people invisible now, or just
Up
are
to
we
you
just
guys.
booking it? Well, we should book it anyway, and we can decide in like the stairwell or whatever.
Let's go.
Yeah, you guys start really quickly just hustling
The
up the
stairwell.
stairs. I'm going to need athletics checks. How far are you going in the stairs?
Oh god.
Hey, wait, quick question
Yeah?
about the architecture of this building.
Mhm.
This is a building built for like mostly gnomes, right?
Yep.
So these are tiny stairs.
These are small stairs.
These are small stairs. I'm going up stairs. I got little legs. Can I get something for that? My athletics is
It all depends on how far up the stairs you're going, guys. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, this is a very tall building.
Wait, let's go up 2 floors.
Okay, no
and then
rolls
pretend
needed
like
then.
we belong up those 2 floors, because if we come out and pretend we belong, which I keep saying because it's important, if we just pretend, we look like soldiers. Those soldiers are multiple races of people.
Did you guys see how well acting like I belonged here? Did you guys see how fucking well that worked? That was awesome.
Okay.
We could do
We
that.
could all
Just saying this as you're kind of going up the two flights of stairs. No
Could
rolls are
easily do
needed.
that.
Because my question was like, how far up the stairs are you
Go
going?
all the way up to the top.
No, the
Because
thing
he
is,
was like, let's go, the full flight. Just
thing
running
is-
up the stairs.
there's no way in hell the stairs go to where we need to go anyways.
Fuck no.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get out and make sure we're not fucking crippling ourselves before we get there.
Yeah, and also I would like the extra time to be able to figure out the elevator.
It's also like 6 steps for me to clear any of these floors. I'm not really that worried.
Mm-hmm.
You're not who we're worried about, Gale.
I can carry
I will say-
people.
I will say, building size-wise, these are like the rooms are the same. Like they're like tall rooms, they're like 10 foot tall. So like the stairs are still pretty respectable. But
They're just really close together.
this is
Actually,
also
that makes them 2 feet shorter than the standard room size of 12 feet tall, so it is a little bit smaller.
Shut up.
Okay. I'm imagining a Dullahan having to like tiptoe up the stairs because their feet are too big for the smaller steps.
depends on the model. But you guys make your way up to the second floor of the actual of the building itself, and you open up the door, and inside you see that it is somewhat busy in here. You see multiple room dividers that actually separate sections of the large floors away from each other so that people have their own form of privacy. And you see, and inside this room, you hear the ding, the typing and clacking and ding noises of typewriters, as many people in this room appear to be typing away or working away on various things. There are other sections of the room where there are large tables set up and diagrams have been set out, while many people are working around them, writing up blueprints and designs. Yes.
Before we go in, actually, because I thought of this, Mercy's gonna reach down and cast invisibility on Siga, since the rest of us can get by with it, but Siga's probably known a lot more than the rest of us.
You see it go, yeah, oh, right, yeah.
So I'm gonna use my second level slot and make Siga at very least invisible.
Guys,
Sega
I
is
want a
invisible.
t-shirt. I want a t-shirt that says #1 Sega fan. I love her.
Number one, Siga.
Mm-hmm.
Great. I love Sega.
You guys, you quickly make Siga invisible, and you are now inside of what looks to be a clerical/engineering floor of some sort. You see that there are a few like guards nearby, but they seem to be pretty either low on the totem pole or very relaxed in their current state. They look like they may be like chatting near a large, not like a water jug, but like a large water cooler. Like talking with some of the workers and just kind of seem very relaxed. But it all looks like everybody here is here to work. They are all busy on various projects.
We should go to the elevator and see how to work it, maybe.
We could
So
just,
we can go.
just remember, look like you belong. And Mercy will roll her shoulders back and just start striding.
I'm gonna act like you belong here.
Yeah.
All right. So you make your way over to this metal grated shaft that essentially just drops a couple of feet, about 10 to about 15 feet ish. And you see that there's a button on the side, and that's about it.
You said metal shaft.
I know I said shaft, and
Yeah,
you guys
you did
giggled.
It's very hard not to audibly make a noise.
Is it just a button?
Just a button.
I will press the button.
You hear it go, "Eh." And then after a second, you hear someone go,
Unfortunately, I know the time period. That guy's gonna be there.
and you see that the elevator lifts up, and you see that there's a fellow inside who turns around. He has his hand on like a lever or something like that. He pulls a switch, and the doors open up. Hello there. So, where are you going?
Up.
Up. All right, you're gonna need to tell me when to stop, though.
Of course.
So I want all of you to do a few things for me. First, Jace, what are you trying to do? Look tough. Like, seem like muscle. Look tough. Act like you belong. What's the plan?
Gale's just kind of just vibing. Honestly, not really trying. Just kind of acting like, yeah, whatever. This is normal.
Okay, performance for you. Deah, what are you trying to do?
She's got the she's got the middle tier like guard uniform, I think. So she's just kind of staying quiet and like trying to look kind of official, like straight backed, you know, at the ready, but not really like leading the group.
I will say yours is intimidation. Haru.
He is very calm.
Performance.
Just like he's meant to be there.
Animal
Jolly.
people just acting like we're supposed to be there.
I'm acting calm, just like
You're
trying
acting
to
calm. Performance.
Yeah. Okay.
Everyday.
She's like supposed to look like sort of like bottom tier clerical sort of thing. So she's like trying to
A
look
professional.
Yeah, she's trying to look very professional, not like staring at the floor in deference sort of thing.
Okay.
Because everyone's kind of above her, basically.
Still performance in this case.
Okay.
And actually, I will be conversing with the guy a bit, asking how busy Day has been.
Trying to put him
like
off guard.
put him off guard, but also casual conversation, and also seeing if any important people have gone by recently.
I'll say roll me performance and then make a persuasion check after that. Okay.
Right.
Jess.
Dude, if Mercy's short with you, she's going intimidation.
Got it. Intimidation.
That's
Jill?
what I'm proficient in.
I have something that I want to find out from this guy, so I'm also
Okay.
talking to him.
Okay, so performance and then persuasion. Jace, what'd you get?
15 on the die, plus 3. 18.
18, not bad. Deah, you got a 21. Haru, you got a 22, and then followed it up with a 25 on persuasion. Jolly, you got a 13 on performance.
Yes.
What'd you get?
I got a sweet 7.
You got a 7.
5.
Okay.
Actually, no, it might be a 6. It might be a 6.
Oh,
I
good.
I rolled a 5 on the die, and I think I have a +1, so it actually might be a 6. Yeah, it is a +1.
That's 6.
Sweet
If it makes
6.
If it makes you feel better, Ro might be able to save your ass.
Because Rudy is the only. Rudy is not charismatic. Everyone else is in this damn party. Fuck!
Hey, Ro.
I got a 31 on performance.
Fuck me. What the hell?
And then on persuasion, you said? It was persuasion?
Yeah?
13 plus 9. 22 on persuasion.
22.
That's 24.
24.
Did you roll a 15 or a 13?
A 13.
22.
Okay, it is
Then
22.
that's
I was like, we
22.
did it
You
on-
said
I was
15.
like, I dead ass did it on a calculator.
No,
You
yeah,
said
I thought you said
15.
15 too. I was like, yeah, that sounds. Wait.
You said 15.
They said
Jess,
15.
what'd you get?
That is a sweet 21 intimidation.
Nice. So,
Okay, good. Thank God for everyone else in this goddamn party.
so like everybody else covers for Maddie and Erudite, who are both sweating bullets. As you guys realize you're not supposed to be here, and this sucks. So you like kind of shuffle to the back of the elevator, like you two, and you just avoid eye contact.
Can Gale like kind of hide him a little bit?
Yeah, you just use your bulk to do that.
Yep.
Gale,
Anyway.
you act like you belong here. Just act relaxed. Ro well and truly knocks it out of the park by not just acting like they are supposed to be here, but acting like someone who's comfortable enough with their position that they're just kind of talking with people no matter who they are.
Well, I actually have a specific thing I'm gonna ask this guy.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Rose putting on a persona? She's an actress? And so she's gonna be playing the part today of the new worker who just came over from all that Sursane mess. All that mess over in Sursane.
Oh.
My first day here. So she's gonna lean into me, she's gonna go, "Hi, sweetheart. This is my first day. I'm supposed to take the big guy here to get put into one of the fella hands, and they gave me a map on my first day. I lost it within 10 minutes. I can't lose this job. I got a family to support. I need to figure out how to get this man up there. It's been a really stressful day. The glass factory's on fire."
Yeah, we heard about that part. Look, I can't help much with the whole map thing. That's something you are intended to try and keep on hand, but I can at least give you some directions. So, what you're gonna need to do is get up to the 5th floor, and that's where we have the conversion facility, and that will be the best spot for the big guy over here.
Ro is literally like making a whole thing, has paper that she's pulled out. She's like, 5th floor. I'm gonna make my own damn map of this place.
You might have to. Trust me. And with that said, it's on the 5th floor. But as for where exactly it is, I couldn't tell you, because the problem is they start using those pads, and you're not exactly gonna be here. You understand?
Yeah, alright.
So you'll kind of have to figure it out when you get up there.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your help.
Not a problem. Haru, you're also chatting him up.
Yes. Which, I think the big question was, like, important people that he's basically assisted that day.
You folk. Director doesn't come back through here that often, but periodically I see him. I didn't see him today. I did see one of those big metal guys. One of the really scary ones, you know?
Poor thing. I'm certain that they'll be pleased with your performance, though. You seem like a
Well,
nice lad.
I certainly hope so, but yeah, that Dullahan fella is he's scary. But you can tell they like him. Otherwise they wouldn't be putting so much money and stuff into making him more. You understand? But 5th floor, you're here. And you hear the elevator go bing. There's your stop.
That's you.
That's me.
So is just Ro gonna get out?
No, Gale's going with.
So is just Ro and Gale getting out?
I'm gonna say Mercy follows, but she follows as though she is security for them. And
Bye, squishies. I'm taking the tank.
no,
I don't know what the plan is.
As Mercy turns around, she's gonna go, "Are you coming, or are you going to stay?" That
That's
was a
referring to
twerkle.
you guys.
Yeah, that's really twerkle. Come on.
Or can I just say at some point before, like when they came in, Rudy pulled out like the glasses of detect magic, even though she can't attune to them, and she's sort of using them like as a
It's
prop.
using him as a prop.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, sure. So
She's like, she pushes up her. She has like a book out, and she pushes up her glasses, and she like, she's like playing up the nerd.
Rudy saw a nerd in a book once and was like, me.
So, actually, question about that. Were there floor indicators in the lift?
No. No
Alright.
floor indicators were shown in the lift. So you got a feeling that the elevator operator just remembers how long it takes.
Alright.
We have someone with keen mind who can tell us how much time it took between each floor.
Got me for baby.
And
I
probably
may not
how
be
many floors
charismatic.
look like.
Yeah. So if you were to make a rough estimate, it took about 30 seconds between each floor.
Okay.
Just move slow.
Right.
Do we have the blueprint? Like, I mean, we don't have the blueprint thing, do we?
You do have the
bought
blueprint.
We have.
Mhm.
We have it. Okay. Do we know how
Does-
many floors this place is?
Quite a few.
Okay.
As I assume he immediately goes away because he's getting called somewhere else.
Yes.
You hear another ding in the door in the elevator, and you guys know
How to
it's fine.
say? We'll say. It's possible that we'll be back soon.
Who knows? You'll use the elevator?
Just that it's not strange if we do call him again very
I get
soon.
it. I get you. You're now on the 5th floor. Inside of this area, you see that there's a little bit less up here. You see that there are a few work tables that have been set up in various spots, and what are actually more like rooms, really. Like they're actual rooms with doors in them, where you see that a few individuals will kind of go in and out. A few of them wheeling carts out, and several of them actually cleaning up these metal blades that look to be made for probably some kind of surgery, you're guessing. As there are also a few rooms where there are messy red sheets that are being bundled up and then bagged and then moved over. And one room where you see that there is just what looks to be a body that has been covered in a sheet, pushed out, and has another guy driving the cart, moving it inside. Yes.
So, did we hear the conversation he was having with Ro in the elevator?
It's impossible to not hear it. Yeah, of course it is.
Then can we, or at least I'm asking this so I don't know why I'm saying we, can I look around and see if I can notice any of those pads like they had at Sosane's factory?
So you will see in not out here any pads, but like with the, I mean, if you roll perception, it's not a particularly high one, just roll.
Yeah, might as well.
Excuse me.
That's an 18 plus 6, 24.
So with a perception check, you see that the pads are inside the rooms themselves. And like the rooms themselves are like pretty stunted. Like there are a couple of like cupboards and chests and stuff like that look like there are probably some other things in there. But they look almost like storage rooms where someone then takes the pad and then goes somewhere else.
It's like Pokemon. Like a Pokemon gym.
It's like the Team Rocket base or whatever.
Oh no.
Yes.
How will Cus take a bit of time to test something? Going into one of the rooms that appears like it doesn't have much use, and is going to start ritually casting Forbiddance and see in which cases it immediately fails, reaching up to higher floors, because Forbiddance can't overlap another Forbiddance. So
That's
he wants to see
pretty
if
fair.
there are areas that are warded against teleportation or planar travel within
You try to
this
cast
building.
it on this floor, and it doesn't work. So if there's forbiddance, it either starts here or overlaps here. So this floor is also forbidden for teleportation, or at least
Right.
some teleportation.
Except for
Because
on the
the
pads.
Yes.
And detect magic, does just stepping on the pads teleport you, or can you stand on there?
You step on the pad, it teleports you away.
Alright.
So you have made your way over to one of the unoccupied rooms, Haru. I'm gonna have you make a stealth check for me if you'd be so kind.
Alright.
Jill, are you raising your hand? Okay, just checking.
He is also acting like he knows where he's going.
Yep. So you are using your stealth, and you're kind of trying to like just investigate without bothering anybody. And in the process of doing so, you do feel something come loose from your clothing and drop onto the pad, and it vanishes. And you realize it was your collar.
It would be impossible for that to come loose.
It shouldn't have. You're right. You know that.
All right. Where does this pad go?
You don't know.
Right. That means that there also something that is like anti-magic within this floor or room? Because his armor was able to work again right away after passing the threshold, so it should have been the same as its collar, unless if something has ended it here.
So I will say it was not the anti-magic effect that has made your collar come off. Something else has done it. That is about the most I can give you.
Alright. And then the other check is quickly going into the staircase and trying Forbiddance there. Does that...
It's also forbidden to teleport inside the actual...
Even from like up or down half a flight?
Yeah. The actual... if you go down, you see that the third floor is about where the Forbiddance is no longer there. But,
so everything fourth and above can be assumed.
Yep, you can't teleport in.
But he will report that back, especially if the party plans on teleporting as exit.
We can't.
Yes, Jess.
Lois is gonna look at all of them and go, I have a dumb plan. Well, I'm gonna need you to keep playing bumbling newbie who's fucked up on their first day.
I like this part. I can play this part.
Gale, continue being you. Follow Woe. The rest of you, try to look well, except for Tweedledee, who can't act to save her life. Just act like a nervous intern, I guess. Assuming these people know the factory caught fire, we're gonna pretend we're inspectors since they don't know what caused the alarm to go off, so we're doing perimeter checks of each floor. Can you all play with that? It gives us a chance to go in, look like we belong, and keep moving. While getting these to the end they need.
Then we are led by one of the high-ranking people and one of the specialists, who would both be working on it.
Exactly.
So.
Did you go get glasses?
Alright, okay.
Alright, you had to get a prop. Alright, I get it.
Hey, you gotta have the prop.
I respect
I'm gonna do it too.
I respect it.
Okay. So, who is going to what room are you gonna try and stumble into, Jill? You saw Haru went into the one that looked a little bit disused.
With people in it is gonna be your best bet.
No. Okay. So, remind me again. There are people on this floor, but is there somebody who looks like specifically like authoritative? Like who's
Not
running the shit?
here right now, no. The individuals you see on this floor look to be almost like mechanics or engineers in some sort. Many of them are working on fiddly mechanical components, these robotic arms, or in some cases full bodies, that they are composing and creating, designing to match a specific standard. You don't see anyone who looks to be in charge in here. You see what looks to be somebody who's wearing like a leather apron, who has like dried blood on it. He doesn't look like he's wearing gloves. He isn't wearing a mask. You see that like in a pouch on his apron there are like sawbones, clothing, like equipment, like what would be like scalpels, tweezers, forceps, stuff like that.
Well, against my better judgment, I am going to approach this crazy motherfucker. Again, playing the part of the newbie. She's just gonna kind of sidle up and be like, "Hi, I just told
Yeah,
this
what do you
to
want?
the elevator man. It's my first like week, and I just came from that whole mess over in Cersei, and I lost my map, and I'm supposed to get this guy." Points back to like big ass girl. And, like, I'm
Blake
supposed to get
Canavas, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to get
So-
him to the transferee.
Well, you're on the right floor. So if you're looking to get him into one of the rooms, wait for the next one to be available. I'm on break.
Hey, can you tell which one? And any of them, or just is there a specific one?
You'll know when the next one's available. That one over there is out of order.
Okay, all right. Okay, thank you. Is there any place I could pick up a map? I lost it, and I don't, you know.
Oh no.
Okay.
I work up here. I don't go anywhere else.
I like your saws. They're cool.
Thanks.
This guy seems just jaded and on his break.
Honestly, that move.
Yeah.
I've seen some
So yeah,
shit.
and he pointed towards the room that Haru went into and said that one's out of order.
Order.
And Haru's thing fell on the. Interesting.
What does that mean for us?
It's haunted.
Wait,
Moon's haunted, guys.
It's haunted.
wait. I'm sorry there, Connor. How many of those teleporter rooms
In the
are
entire building.
there? Shush you!
The entire
Haru.
building.
I have a theory.
So
And I
there
know-
would be-
I have a theory.
Okay.
I need the world map to load so I can state my theory. I bet money I'm right.
I bet I know.
There would be 7 of them.
So the one that's broken is the one that went to Susane.
Mm-hmm.
Or not Susane,
Same.
but to Odella.
Odella.
Which means Haru's collar is probably at the factory near Wardge.
If you want to test, we have no shortage of like familiars within the group that could go in and back.
Okay.
That's
not really
actually
that
not
important.
a bad idea if we're deadly curious.
Well, if we're gonna do it, we should use. Probably. Can you summon Snowball? Or is it gonna cost you a spell slot?
No, it's not. If I haven't used her yet. No, it doesn't use a spell slot.
Snowball may be the better of the two, just because Deah would be wasting a spell if she did it.
Also,
I
it
can
takes me
just
time to
Summon
summon
her.
it.
I will sidle over to the room. I will summon Snowball directly on the thing.
You're going to summon Snowball directly onto it?
Yeah.
Okay. You summon Snowball directly onto the pad and they disappear.
You're muted, or something has happened.
You gotta speak into your mic.
I'm sorry. I don't have any idea of where she went, correct? Because it's over 100 feet. So.
You don't know. Yeah, they're so far gone.
You could summon her back and tell her to bring something back with her.
Okay, so she'll do that. She'll. I don't think that's how it works. Can I do that, Connor?
You can make them reappear too. And
As
just
long
say,
as
hey,
your familiar is on the same plane, you can banish them into a pocket dimension and, like, as a bonus action, I believe, or maybe an action,
Yeah, she'll just
resummon
like
them.
summon her back, and she'll just be like, "Get me something from there really quick." Like
Okay.
something right around the ring. And she'll do it again.
Anything looks particularly collar-like.
Yeah,
Grab that.
that's not gonna tell us where everything was.
Snowball comes back holding a collar.
You know, at least we have Haru's collar back.
Okay, here, Har. That's not gonna tell us where she was, though.
One more time.
I mean, if she's able to go there and back, that means someone can go there and back. It's not a one-way. If you told her to return and she returned.
Yeah, I don't want to risk it in case someone gets stuck over there. Is my issue. Because if a person pops up out of nowhere...
You cast invisibility on someone. In and out.
Can do that,
You already
yeah.
have an invisible person.
We already do have an invisible person.
Seaga's
Does
invisible.
Seagull want to do that?
Why me?
Okay.
When I get volunteered.
No, you don't.
This,
No, you
I
don't.
will say, if this does teleport to there, it could be a potential escape route.
That's why we're experimenting with it.
Hey, Snowball. Snowball.
Here.
I have an idea. Bro, give me one of your papers.
Yeah.
Don't
Hey,
touch
Snowball.
Put your...
Can
Same
you touch
idea.
it too? I don't know, why not?
Touch a talon.
Okay.
That's what you...
Snowball touches it, and you see a hallway.
Does it look destroyed like the other
Nice.
facility?
Oh, I'm just being honest here. Oh, you're singing. Oh, fuck it. And you hear something go.
Say nice.
Okay. Yeah, that's I think that's the facility that we got some trouble at.
Okay, so we have a
But they
place to go.
each take you to a different facility somewhere in the world.
I do hear noises in that side, so it doesn't sound like it's abandoned, but it sounds like construction.
Yeah, they're fixing what we broke. Okay,
Better
so
than
let's...
Burger
We can get out that way if we need to. We do
Cody?
need to keep... Yeah.
How much
Yes.
time do we have?
How much time do we have?
On what?
You said it... Because we had like an hour. How long has it been?
Well, give me a second.
Like, the distraction stuff hasn't happened yet, so...
No, not yet.
Because that's when the 6 hours starts.
Start,
Yep.
exactly.
You guys are kind of like talking amongst yourselves, and eventually, Mercy, you go, how much time do we have? And you guys hear distantly,
I think we've got a bit of time.
Someone's setting off fireworks.
and you go, oh. Because you realize it was the sound of sort of distant explosions, which makes you think, now.
I wonder if the glass factory's on fire again. You think it's all on fire again?
And you guys realize your time has officially started. You're still in stealth, fortunately for you all, but things are going to become more hectic now, and you are very aware of this. But with that said, we have gone over by about an hour. Thank you everybody for being here for the stream. We're going to be ending it there. If you enjoy what we do, we stream every Saturday, 3 p.m. CST to really normally 6-ish, 7-ish. It depends on what I'm feeling. We stream TTRPGs pretty regularly, but if you're looking for other stuff, I do horror games on Wednesdays. We do group games on Tuesdays, and on Fridays we will do something a little bit larger. A larger group game, play Minecraft together. In this case, we're doing horror stuff and what have you. But if you enjoy what we do, pass the word along. Tell your friends. Follow us on Twitch. Spread the word. We love having new viewers. Thank you very much to Daddy Crossbow for leading that raid in here. Thank you very much for coming in. That was super kind of you, dude. Sorry you had to wait those 10 minutes. The whole
We'll get
hate
the
raid
chat-
situation
we'll
has
get that
caused a lot of
adjusted.
problems.
Yeah,
get that
I changed
adjusted,
it
don't
to
worry.
follower only, so.
Yeah.
You should be
Also,
able
with
to
that,
find
want to
me.
thank Daddy Crosso for the follow, and D Smith, thank you for the follow as well. Hope you guys
Yeah.
enjoyed.
Thank you very much,
Welcome
guys.
on in.
If you really enjoy what we do, you can type in !Discord, and you can get yourself an invite to our Discord. There, you can talk to us. You can give us game recommendations. You can do whatever you want in there. Well, to a point. But thank you to my players. I love playing this game with you guys. I really do. And say bye, stream. Bye, stream.